Welcome back once again, everybody, to the Fool's Bounty Season 1 finale. I am your host, slash DM, Zarda13, and we have our wonderful players, as always, Damian, rocking Carib, and Jay, rocking Amon. So, we'll get right into it, so we can just kind of start this going along. Last time you guys left off, you went ahead and turned some wolves into some Beyblades. You also went ahead and made your way into this swampish kind of region as you're getting closer to the coast, where Amon ended up walking off and kind of got ambushed by something within the mud. During this time, Carib had fallen unconscious for some reason or another, and didn't wake up until there was this ice-clad figure working to save Amon's ass, and basically created a whole ice hail kind of storm that freeze over the mud of wherever this entity was. And it turned out that it was Amelia, kind of slinging out as much spells as she could, which then, after it was said and done, seemed to collapse from just pure exhaustion. The night kind of went off from there. You guys all ended up taking your rest, and from here we'll jump right into it. So the new sun is kind of rising up. Amon you had thrown Amelia into her little bubble, and then just proceedingly collapsed from there. So you guys are kind of waking up, you see that Amelia's bubble has dissipated at some point in the night, but she is still laying there on the ground currently. And all the mud is still kind of frozen over from whatever happened last night.
Is she unconscious?
Yeah, she's pretty out.
Would you consider that we took a long rest or a short rest?
You would have taken a long rest. You slept the rest of the night.
Okay. So I just wanted to confirm that. How's my shoulder?
You look at it and it doesn't feel tender, but there is an odd discoloration to it.
Hey, Amon, are you awake?
Nope.
What's going on with Amelia? Is she still asleep?
No, actually.
Hey, Amelia. Amelia.
There's no response from Amelia.
I'm going to cautiously walk up to her and kind of tap her foot with my foot. You know what I mean? Just kind of tap and see if I see any kind of physical response.
You tap on her foot and it moves when you kind of kick it. You can see that she is breathing. There is almost like this kind of like cold sweat that's kind of coming down off of her, but she doesn't stir or rise. She just kind of moves slightly and then is still unconscious.
Hey, whatever happened last night looks like it took a lot out of her, and she kind of looks like what I did right before I passed out. How are you feeling?
I'm still just laying there, sleeping.
Look, did I imagine it, or was there like a thing in that frozen mud over there? Come on, I know you're not sleepy. Just answer me. Okay. All right. Look, we may have to carry her, and I need to know whether or not you're going to be up enough. We have these rations, and we got to carry Amelia. I don't suggest we stay in this thing much longer, and I don't know how long that frozen mud over there is going to last.
It's gonna last the morning. Just lay the fuck down and go to sleep. We don't need a rest.
It is morning. Out of game. It is morning, right?
Yeah, it's morning. Sun is creeping up.
I didn't hear him say it's morning. Fucking weird. Alright, well.
we've had our long rest, so you can check off a long rest if you needed to.
Listen, it looks like she still needs some more time. Just let her get whatever she needs. We'll be fine here for a while.
And I look around, and the sun's creeping through, right?
Yeah, sun's creeping through, and it's with the area that you're in. It's almost like a kind of like a grayish color to the area and sky, even with the sun, kind of picking up. You expect almost that like fireballish effect as it's coming up, but it's just the way it's hitting the mist and fog around. It is still grayish overall.
So the temperature doesn't feel like it's getting hotter. Like the rising sun isn't going to melt this ice? Or can I check to see?
You could roll me Arcana. Let's do that.
Nat 20. I'm not even going to roll for this. It's a 25.
That's a purple. So yeah, you know that whatever she had done, she basically put enough magical effort into this to where this isn't going anywhere except by more magical means. She has physically changed the landscape of that mud area.
Well, it looks like that this will last for a little bit longer. I mean, we could let her rest, but maybe we should build like a sleigh or something that we can pull her along so she can rest. I really do not think we should stay here, and we have to get to the coast.
Just carry her. See how you moving is more important than actually getting her up. See how she's stronger than both of us, but I'll carry her.
Well, we don't know how long she'll be out, and I'm not entirely sure how safe this place is. Can I do just a quick perception check to see if there's any other immediate threats that we could see in the area?
Yeah, go for it.
Nine. So.
Looking around, you kind of notice that near where the very edge of the frozen mud is at, you can see that what you thought were like different branches and twigs throughout the night, there's actually remains of a few animals. There's remains of some humanoids that are there. Off to the distance, you can see some birds and some very small wildlife, but it doesn't look like anything is threatening at this point.
Well, whatever ate those things over there probably is stuck underneath that ice. I'm not good enough with medicine or anything like that to figure out whether or not she's going to come out of this anytime soon. Are you?
All I can do is let her rest.
That could be all day.
Yeah.
All right. She permanently changed the groundscape, so I think we'll... Amon, what do you think? Should we wait a little bit longer or should we go? I want to go. But this is between me and you right now, and she can't vote, so...
So, I'll say either hold tight and let her rest, or I can carry her. Honestly, I just think she gets buckled down and rest. But, again, you are the one in the rest, so if you need be, I will carry her. Just...
Rushing got us losing the carriage, so we'll wait till midday and let the sun rise a little bit higher. Can we look at the map? And we have the map, right?
Yeah, you guys still have, or she has it on her in her personal belongings, but you guys can open up that map, no issues, and you can see that you are probably, from your best guess, just from the motion stuff that you guys have been tracking as the journey's gone, you're probably half a day's journey from the coast at best.
All right. According to this, we're about a half day's journey, so why don't we just wait till about noon? That way we have all the light that we can get. Let her get about another 6 hours of rest, and then, we'll check on her vitals then. But I do not want to spend another night here.
So what do you guys want to do then until noon? How do you guys go about your day?
Um, go for it. I was gonna just kind of do some basic foraging just in the area.
Okay. Roll me a survival check. And then Amon, what are you up to?
Just sit by the fire, just make sure that fire doesn't go out. Just keep an eye on her.
Okay, so you're just staying near Amelia. Um,
Yeah.
So my
roll.
survival came out to a natural 21 again. I hope I get these natural 20s later. Boy, I'd be pissed if I don't get.
You waste some more now. I can really
Oh
feel it.
my gosh.
So yeah, you are able to go ahead and gather food and stuff for the day. No issues. You're able to find some additional dry branches to assist them on with keeping the fire stoked and going strong. You also are able to find, if it comes down to it, sufficient, shrubbery and debris to make a sled that might pull. Um,
Even if it doesn't pull Amelia, it can carry supplies because if his
Correct.
hands are filled with Amelia, we can put supplies on it.
Correct. You guys can pull stuff along with that. So that's what that'll get you. So with Amon with you, kind of sitting near Amelia for this time and keeping the fire going, can you roll me an intelligence check, please?
Yeah. One second. That one, three.
That one? Okay. So you've been looking over, taking care of her. It just looks like she, if it's just her being cold, even with being near the fire. So you make the fire a little bit bigger as the day goes on. But other than that, you're kind of oblivious to anything else. You think she should just kind of sweat it off as it goes on. So from the morning through noon, you guys aren't even aware, but time just moves on quick, and it turns into 1:30 real quick before you guys even realize it. And Amelia's condition isn't really changing at all. She's still in that cold sweat and still has not woken up.
Right. Is this similar to what I felt when I walked in? Does she have the same symptoms from
You talking
when
about
I
from when
walked
you
in?
pass out?
Yeah.
I will say, I'll just write off your 20s from before. No, this is not observing her throughout the day. It's not something the same as what you've experienced.
Okay. Can I hold my hands over her and try to see if this is a magical means that might be like if I can sense something in her blood that's magical in sense?
Go ahead and roll another Arcana. Yeah, go for it.
So the first one was 14, and the next one was a dirty 22.
30, 20. Okay. So you're not really well versed in magical means by any stretch. You haven't really versed yourself in it too much, but you could gather that this would be the equivalent of a martial artist being completely physically exhausted. That whatever she does use, as far as combat wise and day to day wise, she is drained of it.
So just from having been in a similar state when I was training in my blood magic, I want to try to at least get some. I do have a healing potion, and I also have like water and supplies. Can I at least try to give her some of
So
some nutrients and hydrations?
I'll say during the day, you guys would have attempted to give her small little bits or water just to make sure she's hydrated and getting something, and nothing's been responsive then. But if you want to try a potion, you absolutely can.
I don't feel no evil or nothing on her, right? Just straight physical
She
malice.
is to what you would gather to exhausted, and the only way you can relate it to is the same way that like I said, a martial artist would be exhausted because they use their physical body for doing what they do. However, she's pure magic based. Whatever she's using, she is severely lacking in it right now.
All right. Hey, Amon, it doesn't look like she's going to come out of this anytime soon. Even though we're kind of safe here, my shoulder, something knocked me out when I got in here. I can't really tell you if it's affecting her the same way. But again, I stress that spending another night in here with her down, considering that whatever it is that she did to freeze that over, I suggest we move. At least to the edge of the swamp. All right. So let's move.
Okay. Amon, were you going to carry her or were you going to try and... You're going to carry her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we have a sled?
Well, he found some materials to make one that you guys could scramble.
But did he sit down and make one?
I don't know. You can certainly... both of you guys roll me an intelligence check to see if either one of you know how to just make a quick sled. I'll say between you guys work
13.
together to be a lower.
So he did that. He did 13 and intelligence.
Anything I could just carry.
Yeah, I know. And I got a 16. So I think between the two of us, we can figure it out.
So it takes a better part of 45 minutes to really figure out the best way to line up the different shrubbery and debris that you've been able to get, as well as use some cordage to get something that not only is going to be sturdy enough, but also glides across the mud without sinking in too deep and causing you guys unnecessary burden. So about 45 minutes, you guys have it up and running, and you guys can place Amelia in there, along with her belongings and any additional of that, that food that you had found from before. So from here, you guys are going to begin your process out. So it's roughly around 3 in the afternoon-ish, give or take right now, as you guys start this journey. Jay, roll me a d20, please. 5? Okay, yeah, you're breaking up, but okay, 5, got it. So 5, the day goes on pretty well. You guys don't really get any interruptions, and you guys are making your way through. And it's the grayness of the day hasn't really lifted. Even as you guys have left the swampish kind of area, you guys are now towards the coast, and as night kind of begins to creep in, you guys have been going up and down this coast for a little while, just seeing the best way, or if you can find any means of now crossing this body of water that you're at. And you guys, Amon, begin to hear like a monkey, like a small monkey kind of. Why you chuckle?
Oh, yeah, monkey.
Because it's the sound that you hear. It's a small monkey.
Okay. So I notice where it's coming from.
Yeah, so you guys have been kind of taking a break for a little while, and you notice that off to the right where there's this weird, natural yet semi-unnatural rock formation that also has like these odd trees kind of growing from it. And from that area itself, you can hear this little monkey like.
Would you say this?
Huh?
From us? How far away from us is it?
Probably like 50, 60 feet.
I keep bolt towards that direction.
You're going to bolt towards it?
No.
Oh, you're shooting an arrow? Roll a d20.
$19.
19? Okay. So your arrow flies through and kind of there's like this grayish darkness as the sun is kind of making its way down. You hear the monkey itself kind of get startled, but you don't hear. It doesn't sound injured, but what you do hear afterwards is like this small little glassing just kind of falling and onto something.
Thing?
Yeah, it sounds like glass falling and shattering on something.
Let's see.
You gonna walk over to it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Carib, are you gonna stay back with Amelia? Or are you gonna go through pulling the sleigh after Amon?
I'm going
Just
50 feet. Yeah, I'm going to stay with Amelia.
Okay. So, Amon, as
But I am
you
going
are,
to call out to Amon and be like, "Are you trying to get dinner or what?"
I ain't not gonna.
so you get as you're walking up, you can hear the soft flaps of the water kind of hitting the sand and hitting rocks, but you also hear, and as you get closer, it gets louder. You hear something moving in the water, something that's not moving with it, but is just in an area and is moving due to the waves. And as you grow closer, you see this almost smallish kind of really beaten down looking gondola type thing. It has like this tarp canopy that's over it. This almost like semi rotten wood with like little lapis designs, and you can see the faint outline of this little monkey just kind of like hopping up and around this boat, this little gondola, and you can see it's throwing whatever glass that just fell off the boat into the water.
We go to the goddamn golf. I'm gonna see what's up.
So you're gonna approach the monkey and attempt to talk to it.
Sure.
Okay. Are you going just walking straight up? Are you trying to be stealthy with it? How you gonna approach?
I'm not looking intimidating, but I'm not looking like
Okay.
I'm just walking.
Okay. You get about within 10 feet of the gondola, and the monkey, it sees you, kind of hides it within the boat, and you see the boat kind of like rocking a little bit, like as if it's like jumping up and down inside of it.
But keep it away.
You look in the boat and you see that it's an odd design, even for boats. Like, you haven't been on many boats, but you're sure that this isn't a normal kind of boat, where instead of a sail or even like a normal standard rudder would be, there's almost like this treadmill that's underneath the canopy. It's almost like a treadmill that you see, because you can see slats where water's kind of like kicking up, and the monkey is up on top of these like kind of like small hanging shelves, and different like where different knickknacks and other fabrics are hanging, and it's looking at you, and the monkey itself almost have this very faint glow to its outline. It's not so much where it's causing a light or to really cast off of different things, but you can see that there's this very soft humming hue to the outline of it.
Just looking at you, I know you understand what the hell I'm saying. The hell you doing?
And it's looking at you, and it nods its head, but it goes, and it's going to, and it dissipates. Yeah, it almost like a puff, and there's like these like small flecks of energy that comes. Give me 1 second. All right, so with that, so Sawyer, your monkey itself has just poofed itself back into you and kind of alerting you that people are at your boat. So you have kind of stepped out from where your guys' little hidden alcove is, and you see that there is this tiefling guy ruffling through your boat currently.
Through your shit.
What through shit? I'm just sitting there looking at the goddamn thing. Don't put words in me.
Say, hey, what are you doing?
So where do you come out from, Sawyer? Are you just sitting there, or
We're stepping out of the alcove.
we are stepping out of our alcove? You're stepping out.
I am.
Yep. So
I just
So
okay. I just turn to the direction where I hear that from, and I go, "Excuse me."
That's my boat.
It's a monkey's boat. I say the monkey.
The monkey's name is Bruce, and he's my monkey. He was guarding my boat.
So you're just man.
Sawyer, describe your character now that he's out.
Yeah, describe your character.
I'm an old bugbear.
Yeah, baby.
I got a bugbear.
A
I
bugbear.
Yeah, I got really long arms, and I got a gray beard, and bugbears are like hairy hobgoblins, basically, is what they look like.
Great. More ugly people to roll with.
Oh, he's a big boy too.
Oh yeah, and I'm old. I'm like an old guy.
The crazy thing is, you still don't even know what he looks like, because you're still over there with me.
No. This is out of game. Me going, thinking to myself, oh, lovely. I have
pushing 70.
What? Bugbear. There we go.
All right, cool. All right.
I'm gonna start making my way over to you guys.
So you said who's the monkey?
The monkey's Bruce.
I'd rather talk to Bruce. He made more sense.
You want to talk to Bruce?
Sure, I'd rather talk to Bruce.
He doesn't really talk, and
I figured that.
I snap my fingers, and he appears on my shoulders.
So there's some reason there.
And so when the monkey appears, he gives you that same look that he did before, where he's on this bugbear's shoulder and he goes.
By the way, they're only like 50 feet away, right?
You can hear them because of course Amon's like, I want to talk to the monkey. You can hear this from far. You can't really see who he's talking to. The sun is now basically set.
It's not a stranger conversation. You've heard me. So really, there's no alarm being let out right now. All right, you got what's the boat thing?
The boat? Do you need a ride?
Sure.
Where are you going?
I remember, but I didn't hear that.
All I know is that I come out and you're going through my boat.
I haven't even touched anything in your boat. I poked my head in because I think the monkey and then monkey wet.
Well, Bruce doesn't scare him easily, so you must have scared him. You must be a pretty scary guy.
The motherfucker was spying on me. I almost hit him with an arrow. By the way, Bruce, I apologize about that. You snuck up on me. I'm a little timid right now. I've been through some things right now. It's been a long days.
He says you're all right.
You know what? Fuck you too, Bruce.
John was the monkey. John's not the monkey?
No, I was just acting for Bruce since you guys were in here. They had an interaction where Bruce and him kind of met eye to eye and gave him that same.
So, just to set up the setting, right now these gentlemen are in our. What are we in a swamp? We're swamp people. Where are we right now?
You guys are at the coast of the ocean.
And you guys
are in the what?
You guys are on the coast in like little alcoves.
In the coast. Yeah. Okay, so we're like in a little alcove in the coast. They found our shit. Mm-hmm. They're going through our boat. Bruce found them, and then you stepped out of the alcove.
We keep saying that I'm going through the shit, but
I'm walking over to him.
Are you walking or are you walking? Because you got strut.
Walking over toward him.
You gotta show your muscles.
I'll flex a little bit, but not too much.
Well, show us. How does he flex? Show us. Yeah, buddy. Cool.
Notices that he's flexing, right?
So you're a bugbear. You're old. What does the monkey look like?
So
the monkey is just a monkey. What's that monkey called? The capuchin? Capuchin.
Yeah. So
it's a capuchin monkey.
Appreciate the way you flexing them nipples in my direction. First off. Second of all, I can use some help.
I'm kind of listening to him over there, and can I see anything?
Bring your ass home, man.
You can see the outline of Amon, and you can see the outline of something bigger than Amon. But that's really what you can make out from your distance.
Hey, before you come through the tree line, I'm not in no danger yet. He flexed his nipples, but I don't think they shoot out milk. So we're good for right now. Just come on, bring me in. Maybe they can help us.
So I'm gonna walk over, but not aggressively, but kind of like hands, crossed in front. I could see Amelia. I made sure that I could see her. She's kind of shielded a little bit, so it's not like from the swamp line you wouldn't be able to see her. She's kind of like wrapped up in some palm fronds.
So, question to clarify: you have left Amelia in the tree line as you've walked forward.
Jesus.
I just want to clarify this. You have left an unconscious person.
I only walked forward like 10, 15 feet.
Okay.
I told you to bring her.
Oh, you said bring her.
Yeah, bring the dead body.
Is it okay to bring her? Because that's a pretty big looking thing in front of you.
I mean, I said I'm not in danger yet, but the way you move over here, say something different.
So I go back to 10 feet, grab Amelia, drag her along the beach, because this is safe to bring an unconscious person to an unknown situation.
Sure. It's just as safe leaving her by herself. So by all means, whichever one you want to choose.
Yeah. So I'm going to bring her to about 20 feet from them, where now 20 feet's a safe distance where I could talk and engage.
And as you get closer, you see that this large outline is just a massive furred thing, and it is ripped with muscles and a long gray beard and a small monkey on his shoulder that has this faint kind of like hueish glow around it. But it is a big guy, and he's simply standing there. And Sora, you would see this as a darker skinned, kind of, from what you can make out, elf walking up that's dragging something from behind him.
I'm dragging a body behind me.
Oh, Jesus. I did yell out, bring the dead body.
I look and I squint and I'm like, what? Is that a body?
No, it's our friend. She used up a lot of magic yet last night to freeze over the swamp tentacle thing.
I'm on. Jeez, just tell him everything. First of all, I didn't know that thing talked. Hi. My name's Carib.
Jack O'Herrick. Nice to meet you.
Jesus.
Oh.
Yeah, there was a tentacle swamp thingy that kept on now attacked her. She used all her magic to freeze that over. Thank God.
What's the tiefling's name?
Amon.
Asshole.
Amon.
Like Amon, but it's Amon.
Amon.
There you go.
It's good to meet you, Amon. You guys, your friend here, Amon, was going through my boat.
God, Jesus.
Is there a reason for that?
There's nothing in your boat. I haven't gone through your boat. I just poked my head in the boat because the monkey said.
Oh, okay. So you didn't go in my boat.
No, why do I need to go in the boat?
I don't know.
So
Again,
John,
monkey did this.
So John, are they screaming right now at this point?
Yeah, they would be pretty loud because Mon's getting defensive there, and he's like, okay, but I just want.
Cool.
So you
I
can
walk
hear
out of the
everything, and
alcove. I walk out of the alcove, and I'm just like, Jocko, what the heck are you doing, my man? What's with this ruckus?
They're going through the boat.
So as I walk out, you guys see a man, a humanoid-looking man, mostly like blue skin, purple hair, reddish eyes, and he's wearing like fancy kind of noble clothes. What do you mean they're going through our boat?
Okay.
Who are you, gentlemen? Are you guys? I guess
you're in the boat, and Bruce alerted me, so I came out to see what's going on.
Welcome, gentlemen. My name is Mr. Zero. How can we help you?
Mr. Zero and yours again?
Jocko.
Got it. First of all, I'm going to write that down.
Like Jack-o'-lantern? Jacko?
We could have been friends.
And Mr. Zero?
Mr. Zero, at your pleasure.
Copy.
Right. First and foremost, does any one of you guys can possibly help the lady that's down?
Dance tap?
Jesus Christ. Help the lady that's down.
But she's down? Is she knocked out?
She hurt?
And she's a mixture of in a coma because she used too much magic.
Either of you are familiar with the arcane arts?
I might be for a price.
You know what? Let's just go. I don't like this talk.
I know a couple spells, but
I'll happily help, but I mean, it's kind of cost you. I don't do anything for free.
Understood.
How much is her life worth?
I'll give you 1 gold.
1 gold. I mean, that's a good starting bid.
You know what? Let's go.
You know what? I like you guys.
Can I walk up to her and just inspect her and see how she's doing?
Yeah.
I step between him and her. Whoa.
Okay.
Move your.
I'm just gonna look. I'm just gonna look. It's okay. I'm not gonna touch her.
And I step right beside Amelia. So I'm just kind of like watching him.
What exactly are you trying to glean from looking at her, Sawyer?
Is she injured? Is she breathing? Like, I just want to see how she's doing.
Roll me a medicine check.
Hey, Billie Jean, you there?
Yeah, man.
That is a 11.
I got somebody trying to snort me. I kind of want to kill him already. In the moment's notice, I'll let you out. You can kill both of them. I don't really care.
I'm kind of in the middle of business, but
You's a son of a bitch. I want to get rid of you already. God damn it. I'm researching all of our goddamn.
So, Mr. Zero and Jocko, you watch as the Tiefling is having a conversation by himself. He's talking, and there's no answers back, but he's still carrying a conversation.
I look at Jocko and I say, Jocko, this is what they call multi-personality disorder.
Oh, really? I've met
You
some
hear
people like that.
he's talking about us?
Jocko, with your medical kind of check there, you're looking and you can see, that from magic usage that she has overexerted herself to an extent where her magical capillaries that are within her fingers and digits and body, they right now are kind of ruptured to an extent where they're trying to heal, but it's damaged in a way that's going to take a few days. But there are, ways that could speed up that process.
I know ways?
Yeah, through various like healing spells and things that would aid in that process to get her back up and at least awake again.
Jacko, my boy, what's the situation with the young lady?
I mean, she seems okay. Maybe some healing would do her some good, but I don't really have anything on me that's going to help her.
I'd be glad to help the gentleman for a price. How's 300 gold?
It's a lady. It's a lady, Zero. Can we just help her?
You're right.
First and foremost, I heard Dufresne already say that he doesn't have anything to offer. So we're good. We're good. I said we're good.
Come on. Hold on. Let the man speak.
Friend,
can you just help her, Zero?
Good.
I'm happy to help for a price. I don't just give out my services.
You said your name is Zero, right?
Mr. Zero.
You said your name is Zero, right? We're good.
Mr. Zero.
Let's go.
I want to pull.
I look at the other gentleman. I look at the other. Not Amon.
I want to pull Mr. Zero aside for a moment.
And I'm pulling her.
Come
I'm done.
I look at him back and I go, you come to me.
Where are you walking to? Where are you going? We need to get across this water. Where are you going?
Listen.
So you guys are looking to get somewhere specific?
Yes, we are. But, hold on. We're part of a guild. We don't have any gold on us, but if you help us accomplish something, there's typically a very well bounty wherever we go. So I will be willing to pay a fairer price than 300 if you help us with the situation now.
What guild are you with?
Are you with the guild?
Mr. Big Mouth? What guild?
Me, Big Mouth. You're the one who told them everything about the situation leading up to this. Shut up. You haven't
if they can help. Now that I know he's trying to extort us, I'm saying we can go.
Extorting? Never. If anything, I'm trying to help you. But this is the world of give and take.
So,
you gotta give back and forth, friend. I don't know you people. For all we know, you guys could be here to hurt us.
For all we know, you can't actually do what you say you can.
See, now we are talking. Now we are in negotiation. What is the girl's life worth to you guys?
Well, first you'd have to be able to demonstrate that you could even make her condition even slightly better.
So I take off one of my gloves, and with my hand, you just see my blue hand. I just start kind of glowing a little yellowish as I'm trying to cast. I'm going to send it to you directly, John. What is the name of that spell? Shit.
Oh.
Give me 1 sec. Sorry, I should have had this ready to go. I didn't think I was going to be... Oh, there it is. Okay, I got it.
Whatever. This is on you.
This
Just know, I was already walking away.
So, John, is that okay?
Let me see. Yeah, you should be fine. You're good.
Alright, so they can see that I'm kind of just starting to cast something, and it looks like it's light magic. Or bright magic. It looks like it's something that would heal. Or at least that's what I'm trying to portray.
Okay.
So as he does that, I'm going to pull out 1 gold coin and show it to him. Say, let me see what that does. Right now, light tricks. I can do light tricks as well.
I go up to her and I put my... Actually, before we do that, let me think this through. Because I don't trust these gentlemen just yet. How do I know you guys didn't hurt the young lady?
Why would we heal her so that she can tell you that we hurt her?
For all we know, she may be a captor. I mean, your captee. You guys may have...
From what I understood...
What is your relationship with her?
My friend just... I show him the tattoo, and I lift up and I show the tattoo on her shoulder.
There's no tattoo on the shoulder. When you guys look, you guys see a bare arm. You see the tattoo.
Ah. You can't see it, but there's really a mark, I swear. But either way, we traveled together here. She got injured in the swamp, and so we have a ways to go. Not to mention, I'm holding a piece of gold that says you can't do anything about it.
What's the price, Zero? What are you're gonna rake these guys over the coals? Come on.
No. I think the gentleman here, and I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Carib.
Sorry? Carib?
Yes.
Mr. Carib here. How about this? I'll happily heal your friend, and you just owe me a favor.
I could do that.
Excellent. So I go walk up to her, and I just whisper in her ear, heal, as I use Song of Rest.
And she kind of gets... Yeah, so she kind of gets this soft glow that kind of first covers her a little bit and then kind of seeps into her skin. And for the first time and throughout this whole day since the thing, she kind of flutters her eyes open a bit. She looks around, and then she goes... I don't know what the fuck's going on here. I'm going back to sleep. And she kind of opens, rolls over, and actually goes back to sleep.
Ta-da!
Impressive.
I'm a man of my word. I hope you are too.
Well, I didn't make no deal with you. That dumbass did. I'm gonna grab the body, and I'm gonna keep going. Y'all figure that out.
Come on.
I believe your friend was telling us that you need to get across...
I'll figure another way out. Thanks, though.
Amon. I'm going to walk over to him real quick. Mind you, I have Amelia there. I look at the two of them. How far did Amon get from me?
Probably like a few feet. He would have just started walking with Amelia.
Great. So enough for me to do a quick little dash and grab him by the collar. Hey, come here. Come here for a second.
I'm going to tell you like this once, and it's going to be the last time. When have you seen me be wary of a situation?
Look, we're in a bad situation.
We're going to be in even one worse if we keep going where you're going.
We have to get across this water. I have to find out where...
You can go with them, but I'm not.
You're walking around with a damn demon inside you, and I've trusted that the entire time. You're going to have to trust me on this one. We have to get across this lake.
And when have I told you that that's going to be a bad idea?
Well, don't you have little extra something inside you that can help handle bad ideas?
Whenever he wants to.
Yeah, but you're full of bad ideas. This is my chance to have one bad idea, and I think we should have my bad idea.
You can go.
Carib's torn right now because he needs to get across that water because that's where the source of the answers for his father is.
Listen, nobody's telling you not to go. You can go.
Gentlemen, I feel like I don't mean to intrude, and I apologize, but it feels like you guys are fighting over something that is so trivial. Why don't you come inside the cove and have dinner with us? We're about to feast, and
Thanks,
you guys can relax for a little
but
bit.
no thanks.
Amon, roll me a straight d20.
Straight D20.
17.
So you hear Billie Jean in the back head. I don't see the problem.
No, no.
You got me. I'm done with business for the evening.
Yeah, but you're an asshole that likes to see me suffer, so...
How about this? For the next 48 hours, I will grant you whenever you need me. I'll put some work aside.
No.
Okay. I'll teach you how to do the fire hands.
Still no.
Okay.
I need all or nothing.
All of what?
All of it.
You want me to teach you everything?
Everything.
All right.
And if I say it's go time, I need you to kill Zero first.
With pleasure.
Thank you.
He's got something that smells mighty tasty on him.
Let's go eat.
I watch Amon turn on his heels and basically become all happy all of a sudden, and now I'm worried.
You said you
your friend had a change of mind.
You said you wanted bad ideas.
So will you gentlemen be joining us?
Sure.
Excellent. And then, Jacko, your monkey's name is Bruce, right?
Yes, Bruce.
Bruce, prepare the table.
I'm just gonna do an insight check. Can I just
Bruce
do an
does
insight
not
on
react to Zero at all, but I look at Bruce and I say, go ahead. And then he scampers off.
Go ahead and roll your insight. You're inciting Mr. Zero?
It's a 0 right now. Just because technically I was about to incite Amon, but I kind of already know what when he gets all happy like that, I know it's not good.
Okay, so you're inciting
Your
Amon?
insight checks suck, by the way.
No. Inciting 0 now. But it's only a 6, so it's no big deal.
So you're looking at Zero here, and just his very energy, his posture, his very exuberance he's a man of his word. He goes, look, for the right price, I'll do anything. He doesn't show any malice. You can tell that he's a businessman.
He's motherfucking Mephisto.
All right, we'll follow. Lead the way.
He's gonna give you a deal for a deal, and that deal for him is gonna be worse.
So, Jocko and Mr. Drew, you guys take them back into your alcove there.
I heal the girl, you guys give me your soul. Easy. I'm just kidding.
Go ahead and describe to them how your little secret hideout bunker looks like.
So outside, it's basically a little cove. But as you guys walk in, it looks like a little really fancy room, just filled with trinkets and different little things. There's a nice dining table with a nice china set, and hopefully Bruce will be setting up the dining set right now. And Jacko, what are we having for dinner?
Yes. Fish. Fish was for dinner. You do this. We caught the fish.
Gotcha. Excellent. Gentlemen, while we have you here, please grab a seat. It's a nice warm ambience, of course, when you guys walk in. And then as you guys hopefully start coming into the alcove and following along, I start just gathering some items and looking around the place. Do you guys sit around or come in, or what are we doing?
Just kind of watching you.
You're standing by the door or the entrance? Is that what you're doing?
No, I'm inside, but watching him just to make sure he ain't doing it.
Is there a fire?
Walk inside.
Yeah, when you walk in, so basically, just kind of give you the aspect, it's this cavern itself that's basically hidden by these rocks. Some were there naturally and some were kind of placed there to give extra heightage, as well as some trees. And as you squeeze your way through, and there's a grand opening. So it basically is a large room that it has. You can see there's 2 separate bedrooms. There's a grand opening where there's, kind of like the common area, a dinner area with an open kitchen, and you can see Bruce, the monkey, between setting up different plates and getting stuff, or you see him just going to town on frying up some fish and juggling a bunch of otother tasks while
So
Mr.
where
Zero
did you
is
two meet?
So, quite the place you guys got here. I mean, you
Well,
plan on
love to know
staying long?
how you guys met.
We met.
Yeah,
Well,
because we're getting to know each other.
Of course. That's such an important part of developing a friendship.
Yeah.
I am a very, very successful merchant from the city of Dresal?
Drasia.
Why are you?
Drasia. Currently, my situation with the city is no longer in place. So right now, I'm a man of hire. I'm a man of adventure. I'm trying to look for my next big score. And this gentleman here is my bodyguard, Mr. Jacko.
I tried to pick his pocket one day, and he caught me.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
Naughty.
We formed a relationship,
A mutual relationship.
a partnership.
A
You're his
partnership.
Is it me or are all big, ugly creatures thieves?
Jesus.
I mean that affectionately, Mr. Jacob.
I mean, not
Listen,
all of us.
if you-
Not all of us are thieves, but
This gentleman here is a bugbear. Have you people never seen a bugbear before?
I have not.
So you haven't visited the three cities. I see.
I have also not. No.
Interesting. So can I interest you guys in some wares?
Nope.
Are you maybe looking to purchase something that'll spice up your life?
No.
Now I'm looking for a blanket to cover my friend here.
A what?
A blanket to cover my friend Amelia. I'm trying to make sure she's comfortable. That's
You
all.
guys have blankets in your packs, by the way. You don't have to. You can pull out a blanket anytime.
Never mind.
So
It's part of the little adventure kit.
I'm just tucking in Amelia for a second.
I believe this works, but I'm going to try it out. I woke up to Amelia and I used prestidigitation to kind of warm her up a little. Not like keep her like hot, but just to warm up, the body and whatnot. Make her feel comfortable.
There's a warm breeze that kind of emanates from Mr. Zero's hands towards Amelia, and you can see her kind of get a little bit more comfortable as that cold sweat that you guys had noticed before is gone now. She kind of has her more reddish tones coming back into her face there, but she seems comfortable now.
So what brings you to the coast? You guys got a nice little setup here. I mean, it looks like you're staying here for a while, or are you traveling?
yeah, we come and go. We should I tell them, Mr. Zero?
Depends what you're trying to tell them.
We run a ferry service pretty much out of this little cavern here, and we go and we find people that are looking for adventure or trying to travel far, and we bring them here and we take them out to sea and wherever they're going.
Do they make it back?
They can.
Yeah, they can. I mean,
It's one.
no,
Do they what?
we wouldn't have. I would never leave someone at sea. I've been sailing my whole life.
Never.
You've been selling your whole life.
Yeah, of course.
Wasn't you pickpocketing people in the city?
It's kind of a long story.
When a
but
man has a
my
need to
crew-
survive, he'll do whatever he needs to survive. I'm sure you could understand that.
Before I met Mr. Zero, I had a falling out, and I lost my crew, and I went to the bottle for a few years, and then I ran into Mr. Zero, and I feel like I've turned a new leaf in life.
Carib and Amon, while you guys are having dinner and having a conversation, roll me a perception check, each of you, please.
Was? Shit, I gotta look up my perception.
18.
18? Okay.
What'd you get? 13?
13.
Passive or no, we're rolling, you said. My bad.
Just for those two. For them two.
Oh, just those two? Okay.
Yeah. So, Carib, you notice first, and you kind of under the table nudge at Amon as you're kind of poking things out. But some of the wares that Mr. Zero was grabbing is reminiscent of your necklace, of your actual pendants, like the design and iconography that's on it. Even some of them are, the material-wise, are like that. You also notice that in the back, from one of their chambers, you catch a little glimpse as there's shelves of items and different things, and at one point you catch a little bit of a map, and it's the map of some island that has heavy circles and different kind of like lines around it as far as like tracking, and it just has Cursed City ? And it's at this point whenever Bruce kind of and closes the door to where you were looking. But you and Jay are both able to kind of pick out these little random oddities that mean something to you guys.
Oh, did I see the map?
Huh?
Did I see the Cursed City on the map?
Yeah, you would have seen, he would have, as he was pointing out, you looked and then you were just kind of tracing his eyes, and you have seen Cursed City, and it's like circled around an island, and then that's when Bruce was like, and closed whatever door he closed.
So what's up with the Cursed City?
The what?
You guys looking for a Cursed City?
A cursed city?
Mm-hmm.
Now, where did that come from? I thought you were a little suspicious of us and didn't want to talk. Something piqued your interest, friend?
Just asking what you're going for.
We
You
know
want me
some
to-
stuff about the
You
cursed
want me
city.
to trust you, right?
Indeed. I already trust you. I just need you to trust me.
I don't.
Wise
What
man.
business do you have in the Cursed City?
Your big guy, I feel like I can trust him. You, I don't like you. And I don't want to trust you.
That's a wise decision, my friend.
We've been there more than a handful of times.
If you've been there, then why is it circled a couple times on the map? Questioning that you've been there.
We may know a bit about the island, the locations, and the places. What are you guys specifically? What's your interest in the city?
Quick
No
question for the DM.
Yeah.
Did the shape of the island look similar to the island marked on our map?
Yeah, it looks identical to the island marked on your map. And then for Mr. Zero and Jocko, you guys are pretty interested in them questioning the Cursed City, only because any other person you've come in contact with doesn't seem to recall anything about an island even being out there, let alone a city.
So, looking at some of the items you got here, looks like you've been there a couple times. Is that where these items came from? And I point towards some of the pendants and things that he has.
Possibly. I am a salesman. I am a merchant. I need
Some
to
of the
get there.
stuff holds some of the
Yes.
crafts that we're familiar with.
So what is both of you says interest on the island? What are you guys looking for specifically?
Just want to know what you know.
We know our way around the location. There's some items we stumble upon that we've been able to gather and sell and amass
Big,
our fortune with.
How much for your monkey?
You want
Have
to
you
speak
ran
to
into any? Have you ran into any people or other living things there?
John, have we?
So
It's
you-
quite. It's dangerous.
you
for
know-
sure. There's
you guys know that
no
there's danger
people.
there, and then you know that the capital generally has their
Don't
naval
like
fleet
how
kind of
everybody
circling
just
every now and
rush
then.
by my question.
Wait, is the capital the place that we were discussing today?
The capital is where you are from.
Ah, it's not the
Appreciate
capital of the island, not the
that
capital.
everybody brushed by my question.
Sorry, what was it?
What was your question, Amon?
How much for the monkey?
How much? How much do you have
gold.
on you? How much do you have on
1,000
you?
I have 5 gold.
Done.
I'll take 1 gold, and you can command him as you wish while you're with me.
No. If I'm giving you, I'll
It's
take the
not
gold.
really. He's not really some. Bruce isn't really something that I can just give away.
I look
I'll
at
give you the gold. I'll
I look
flip
at
it out.
I look at Jacko and I say, Jacko, you can summon the
Catch
monkey
the
whenever you
gold.
want, right?
I catch the gold. I'm like, Bruce, listen to him, whatever he says.
Bruce, hand me that map.
Bruce.
He goes.
Yeah,
I
he
gave
gives
him
you a
a
look, and then
command.
he walks over, and then before he even gets to the door, you watch as he, and then the door opens, and he comes walking out of it, and then hands you the map.
That could be useful.
No shit. So I'm looking at the map then. So what's all on this map?
Let's talk about this island. It looks like you've got patrols routed out.
First and foremost, what's on this map?
So the map itself, you can see that one it's island from your map itself. You see the writing that says Curse City, question marks all over. You see where there's X's at different points. And there are like kind of mapped out routes that you can see of ships or whatever the movement might be. But with outside of it, from what you can gather on the map, about like 5 or so miles before you even get to the island, they have written on it barrier.
Okay. Just looking at this thing.
So, John, what do we know about the island, Jacko and I specifically?
So you two know that the island itself is basically concealed. When you go by it, when you look at it from a distance, even as you get close to it, it looks like there's absolutely nothing there until you get to that point where you marked off barrier. Once you cross through that barrier, that's when whatever illusion, whatever magic is used to keep up that facade, you're inside of it. You can see the island. You can see the entire city as if it was there the entire time. You know the ways to get in, and you know the general layout of the city, and kind of the X's, as far as you know, represent the parts of the city that you have gone through and cleaned out, and a few that you know to avoid completely.
Do we have anything marked on our map?
Nope.
That I can use as a comparison? Okay.
Your map that you have copied from the guild was basically compiled of several different maps spanning different eras that got you the island.
Got it. So you guys have been here. What are these X's centuries, or what do these mean?
They're buildings we've
alleviated from this disorder. We've taken some things and made it a little cleaner.
Does the map have the barrier mark on it?
Yeah, it does.
What does this mean?
The barrier?
Yeah.
If I recall correctly, John, the island is
it's hidden via some kind of illusion that you know past this point you were able to see it.
Gotcha. That circle, sir, that you see around is an illusion that prevents anyone from being able to actually see the island. Once we pass through the barrier, the island becomes available for you to be able to see.
What is your interest in the island? What is your goal there?
Our interest is our interest.
Maybe your interest and my interest aligns.
It could. It could. But as of right now, you don't trust me, and I just cannot disclose all my secrets to someone who doesn't trust me.
All right.
It's a two-way street.
Been in the edge of
No. Calm down. Look, you are familiar with the terrain. We need to get to the island. Our business is our business. Your business is your business. But how about this? How about we get to the island? We need to get to the center city, and you can clean out as you go along.
Do I have anything in the island, or that's just him?
As far as you know, it's just him.
Hey, buddy! I just realized I don't need nothing there.
Amon. Remember that orphanage? Yeah. Remember my father tearing through it?
Yeah. I ought to kill you for that.
Yeah, well, don't you want to find out answers?
Not that bad. Mother's doing all right.
It could come back.
It could, but I'm pretty sure I can handle it.
You didn't handle it by yourself, by the way.
You didn't do a good job helping either.
There's a chance that you can lose control, but let's talk about that later.
And I'm all for it.
Yeah. Well, why don't you do this? Is the island dangerous?
Yeah.
Can be.
Lots of good, lots of stuff to make money off of over there.
Oh, plenty of
Yeah.
stuff to make money off.
Please.
Plenty
Look at
of
Amon and I go
money
like
to save
this.
money.
You
You can go
Amon,
back.
are you a fan of making money, of
I'm a fan of
earning a
killing.
little bit more? He's a
We're
what?
always down for a helping hand on a
Always.
looting party.
The best part of looting is sharing.
What's the cut?
I'm a generous man, 50-50.
I feel like your 50-50 is more 50-50, 25-25. I kind of feel like that's the 50
25 to Mr. Cabrin?
Carib.
Rib.
Corinne?
Rib.
25% to Mr. Amon, 25 to Mr. Jacko, and 25 to myself. I think that's fair.
It's like Caribbean, just Carib.
Carib. There we go. Even better.
LeBron, he wants it. Don't be a ball hog this time.
Well, let me ask you this: does Billie Jean seem interested in artifacts from this island?
You interested in going in there?
Well, I am feeling a little bit peckish. The sword I was fed last time is wearing a little thin now. I could use some
What
good
about this
refills.
magical motherfucker? Does he look appetizing to you?
And he goes, let me show you something real quick. Let me borrow the mask.
You got full control right now?
All right, so you guys watch as Amon's eyes go pitch black. Amon, you can still see. He basically just gave you his power overall.
Mm-hmm.
And Mr. Zero lights up like a Christmas tree, as well as a few other artifacts around. And then his eyes go back normal, and Billie Jean in your head goes, he's got some nice stuff. And if there's any more in that place, it could be real nice too.
My.
Tell me which things you like the most, and I'll see if I can get them for you.
Am I able to tell that Amon was not himself during that moment?
So he was himself. It was just his eyes visibly changed from their normal, like kind of orangey kind of color to a completely. Think of like Supernatural, where it goes when the demons take over and the eyes black. Something like that similar happens. So you guys are able to see that. But
Gotcha.
he was still there having whatever conversation with whoever he was having his conversation with.
Interesting. Interesting indeed. So what say you, Amon? Will you like to journey with us?
It depends.
It's better than two. There's lots that
can't-
we can access that we weren't able to access before.
Listen, if you can guarantee me that you won't fight me on items that I say I must have, you may have yourself a deal.
Roll opposed persuasion checks, please.
Persuasion? You want me to roll persuasion?
You and Amon. Roll persuasion.
With gusto.
20,
Dirty or not?
dirty.
You say 30?
Dirty.
No,
dirty 20.
Dirty
20.
nat? Gotcha. Which one do I use? I'm going to use this one. Oh no, he can see my rolls on this one. I'm going to use this one. Give me a second.
See them regardless.
$18. Wait a minute. 20.
So you guys both got dirty 20s?
That was persuasion, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So Carib and Jocko, you guys are watching this exchange happen, and for some reason they are both just being so fucking charismatic that both of you just go have the urge to just deal right then and there. Like fucking Howard Stern is in front of you, you just want to hit the damn deal button. That's you guys, both of you right now.
So we just make the deal?
It's up to you guys and your partners.
As long as there's one item that I'm looking for. As long as it's not that item, you can have whatever you need.
That's not the deal I mean. But
What do you say?
and if not the deal offered,
I am having a hard time hearing him. Sorry, what's up, bud?
Yeah, he's breaking up a little bit.
That Alfred.
That made it worse.
Now you're definitely breaking up.
Now you froze, Jay.
Frozen.
Now you froze.
Now you froze.
God damn it. Alright, hold on. We gotta wait for There we go.
There you
You
go.
knew what's gonna happen.
No one speak. That way he won't cut off.
Move the microphone and then move the cord.
All right, no one speaks so we can hear him. Go for it.
Hold on, I'm moving my mic. Relax.
You had that little wedding job.
I say this is not the deal I offer.
That's the deal I'm bringing to the table. You are able to have whatever you wish aside from one item.
How about that?
Hey, Billy Jean, name the couple items that you've seen that can juice you up right now.
Anything with strong magical essence, honestly. Don't matter if
Motherfucker, you the one that seen them. I can't really negotiate if I didn't see them.
Oh, none of these here. These ones are lacking what I'm really in the mood for. But if there's a cursed city with things that they haven't been able to get to, that shows promise.
Well, he's saying there's probably one thing we're not going to be able to get to because that's the thing he won't. It might be the best thing there.
Well, just smile and nod. Because remember, you made the deal. I did it.
Oh.
Can I? I'm gonna lean over to Zero. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna whisper in his ear. I'm gonna say, "Look, man, these guys are gonna get themselves killed. We can just make the fucking deal, and then they'll die, and then we can fucking get out of here with our shit."
Mr. Zero.
Yes, but I'd like to sweeten the deal. You gotta look for the little things in life, Jacko. The little things in life.
Hey, buddy. Deal.
Hey, it's a deal, my friend. I put out my hand into shake. But
he needs to be fully healed now.
Who does?
Amelia.
He gestures to the woman that's on the makeshift stretcher that they pulled with her.
How long is the trip, John?
The trip itself is about 2 days by boat.
Okay. Yeah, so any magic we use now will be regained.
Absolutely. Put her in the bed over there. She'll comfortably sleep it off, and I'll take care of her in the morning. She'll be good by then. If I use too much magic on the girl after what she just went through, she may suffer through issues.
All right. So the deal is she'll be recovered by morning. We set off in the morning to the island. You guys figured out your cursed item things. I'm here for a completely different reason.
Completely different reason. Maybe I have the item for that. Are you guys interested in some wares?
Hey, let's take a walk real quick.
A walk.
All right.
Alone.
Okay. Well, technically, walking with you is never alone, but I don't know.
We'll
be back.
You know
what, guys. We'll be back. We'll set up. Just let us know where we'll be able to sleep.
Absolutely. We are going to get your rooms ready. Please take your time.
I'm going to send Bruce to follow them.
And I'm going to look at Bruce and say, you stay.
Mm-hmm. He kind of looks back and forth and goes,
You had to give him the monkey.
Hey, 1 gold piece is 1 gold piece.
So, all right. So, Monocrib, you guys walk off to a distance that you're pretty sure it's out of your distance, but you still have eyes on Amelia within the area.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm gonna turn to Carib, and I'm gonna punch him in the gut real quick.
Roll an attack.
Can I roll to oppose, or is it a sneak attack?
I would say sneak attack because you definitely weren't expecting it.
Cool.
I'm just punching him. Yeah, I don't really care if it hurts him or not. I'm just punching him.
Oh, okay.
All right. So he punched me. Fuck. What?
Roll an axe.
Well, it didn't hurt. He kind of gut slapped me. What? What do you want?
Now, everything moving forward is gonna fall on you. I told you let's move out and let's figure out another way. Anything that happens, any of us that gets hurt, it's on you. Now, to make sure I and Amelia get back. But you're on your own from here on out. And I turn around and I walk away.
Fine. Not like I saved your life a few times before, but okay.
Just know, I won't stop to save yours.
Noted.
Okay. You guys walk back?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'll let him walk ahead a little bit while I think about this for a second. Like,
Oh, okay.
As you guys are walking back, Mr. Zero said he was going to get your rooms ready. You didn't really expect how it was going to happen, but you watch it. Just Mr. Zero just doing some very flamboyant, oddly looking shit, and 2 additional rooms seem to almost carve themselves out of the room that you guys are in. And there's 2 additional
Fancy rooms.
Yeah,
Fancy rooms.
pretty nice. Better than the rooms at the guild.
Sit right next to me, my back against the wall.
cool. I'll take a room since I'm kind of pissed at Amon for being such a dick.
Absolutely. Help yourselves. And if you have any questions at all, please come to us.
All right, so does anyone want to do anything before the night wraps up? Anyone want to do anything specific to themselves at all?
Oh,
I start doing my stretches.
I'm
I
gonna
start doing my
meditate.
nightly stretches.
Stretches. Amon, what was that?
I'm gonna meditate.
Okay.
Talk to Billie Jean if I could.
Okay. Jocko, anything?
No.
Carib?
I'm going to hold my amulet and I'm going to do a small prayer.
Okay. So
Say, Jocko, can you have Mr. What was the monkey's name?
Bruce.
Bruce.
Can you have Bruce check me for fleas? I don't like fleas. Check my hair.
Why would you have fleas?
You never know.
Yeah, I guess.
You don't-
Bruce, go
you see
check
how-
them for fleas.
See how dirty these travelers are? You don't know what they're carrying.
They're fine. They're
Check
just
your fleas.
travelers. They're travelers.
Do you see what they were wearing?
Clothes.
Ugh.
You're standing next to a walking rug.
Oh, I have him shampoo and condition every day.
Okay.
He uses L'Oreal because he's worth it. Ain't that right, sir? Okay, Jacko.
Mane and tail. The horse shape.
Mane and tail. He has a nice shiny coat.
Very luscious.
Did I notice?
Is Bruce the one rubbing it in his back?
Bruce would be the
Carib,
one climbing everywhere. But yeah, go ahead, Jocko.
Did Carib pray in his room, like
Yeah.
with the door closed, or okay?
He would have gone right. I'm assuming, Carib, you would have gone in there, shut the door for your own privacy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So
Surprisingly, I had a door. I didn't know we had doors, but
Oh
yes,
yeah, no, you
yes.
get full-fledged rooms.
Sweet.
So
Nice hotels. Really nice hotel rooms.
Mr. Zero goes into his
Stay in
quarters.
one, I'm not getting charged for one.
And you're not being charged. Imagine like a really nice Vegas villa, like a really nice
You
decked out
guys
villa.
are scarred from surprise expenses, so it makes sense. Mr. Zero goes into his room. Bruce does your flea check. There's no fleas, but he does find an irregular mole on the back of your ear, so he lets you know of that. Jocko,
I use my little well, you know what kind of person I am, so that the mole just goes away.
Yep. Jocko, you just went to your quarters and just knocked out, I'm assuming?
Yeah, have some tea. Just
Kind of
do my
wind down.
nightly routine.
Gotcha.
Wind down.
Jerking it.
If anyone needs me, I'm there for them.
Gotcha. And
So
then
you tell me your Yamo will be there?
Yeah, I'll be there.
And so, Carib, who or what are you praying to right now? And what do you say?
You know who I'm praying to.
The voice.
Voice.
What are you saying to it?
Ominous voice.
I'm just gonna tell him, say, look, I know we don't talk much, and it's been a long time, but you had my back there, so I want to thank you for that.
It's the best time to pray to somebody. I know we don't talk often.
Hey, that's how I pray. I am not a religious person. That's how I pray. So,
Okay.
yeah, I want to thank you for that, and I'm not entirely sure how I pay you back, if that's even a thing, but
Love yourself. Good yourself.
You kind of, even though there's people around, and you know that the interior of this area is warm generally. The area around you gets a little bit warmer. There's no voice that really speaks back. There's no physical apparition that anything happens, but you get the understanding that who you're talking to heard, and they're
Message received.
there basically, yeah. But
Okay.
nothing past that.
All right, that's fine. Good enough for me.
Then Carib, Amon, you wanted to meditate, and you wanted to speak to Billie Jean.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you find you get into your meditative state there. You kind of keep close to Amelia. As you do so, just to make sure that even in this meditation state, you are aware of what's going on outside. You find yourself inside of that infinite staircase with the various doors, and Billie Jean is kind of just floating around a little bit.
Can I talk to you for a little bit before I go back?
Yeah,
And
I did say I'd make some time. What's up?
And you can help me decide this. Don't trust this guy. Big one, I'm not too worried about.
Well, in my opinion, honestly, you don't really trust anyone. I'm actually surprised that you're trusting me with the fact that you don't trust someone. That's kind of a double trust negative, really.
Trust Carib, for the most part.
Okay.
I'm learning to trust Amelia. She's stronger than what we thought.
Yeah, she is. She can surprise me a little bit, but yeah, she has potential.
Really don't trust that guy. I feel like if we help him, we're going to be the ones coming out with the short end of the stick.
As long as we ensure that we get what we want, it don't really matter, does it?
You're the only one winning out of that deal is you, motherfucker.
And in turn, you. As I grow, don't you as well?
You still ain't showing me how to do none of the motherfucking tricks.
Of course, not yet.
You keep saying that. You're like one of them dads that's teaching that kid how to ride a bike, but only one step at a goddamn time.
Eventually, you'll figure it out.
You son of a bitch.
I've left hints. We made the deal. I will teach you at some point.
When
the time is right.
Liar.
All right. Well, I know I said I keep the time, but I got some work I got to do. Is anything else you wanted to get off your chest real quick? Are we good?
We trusting him, yeah or nay?
Go for it. They gonna get us where we got to go, right?
I don't need to go there. It's Carib that need to go there.
I don't know. It seems like you were involved, and this is your partner.
You are like a sucky ass, bitch ass.
All right, well that's the time I got now.
Dude,
have fun. And you are kicked out of the infinite staircase, and you're there, back where you were. Amelia.
I'm just looking up in the air like, you slimy motherfucker. I don't know why I'm talking to you, bitch.
So we'll say that everyone gets the benefits of their long rest. So any spell slots to use is that you guys are good to go. Dawn breaks, and Mr. Zero and Jocko are awake well before you both are. They're used to this pretty much daily life that they have, and they're already setting shit up to go. They know what their business is, and they know that they got to get on it.
Bruce the monkey brings you some hot tea in the morning and a little chocolate.
Thank you, Bruce. Regardless of what these other people think, I think you're an upstanding monkey.
Hey, Bruce.
He nods. He nods.
What did you say, Amon?
Your excuse is kind of hot.
And you watch as Bruce doesn't really speak back, but he just goes. He gives like this look like.
Ice cubes.
He gave you that one thing. He goes,
yeah.
And Bruce just poofs himself away.
Can I knock on Amon's door?
Amon didn't go inside of the room. He stayed with where Amelia was.
I thought you dragged Amelia into the room. That would have been smarter.
He stayed outside. He stayed against the wall.
At her own room. Did she not?
No.
No, she
You
was
said
kind of
she
in the
did.
living room.
You said
We
you
just have a
made
random
room.
bed in our living room?
Yeah,
the fuck is
the way
this
you
arrangement?
described it.
You have a futon.
We have a futon? Oh, so she's in the futon. Got it.
All right, so
It is how you described it.
It's
I
a
wanna-
really nice
I
futon.
want to check in on Amelia. How is she doing?
Pottery barn shit.
Her, you can tell by looking at her. Her breathing is steady. She looks good. And she is moving around a little bit, and she kind of looks at you like you half open eyes, and you can tell like there's like those eye crusties all everywhere from whatever deep sleep she was in. But she's awake, but she's still kind of, you can tell she's still a little loopy, still a little tired.
I'm gonna take a little damp rag and just kind of wipe the eye crusties off of her face, just to.
She
see
doesn't
her.
even have the energy to really. She goes, I could have fucking done it. Thanks, I guess.
Just shh. I'm just trying to take care of you. That's all.
Don't shush me.
I've been sleeping for 3 days. You gotta make this weird noise while you sleep.
Well,
From the top and from the bottom.
whatever. Where are we?
Some dusty cave with a weird guy and a big hairy guy.
I walk up to her and I say, "Good morning!" And this is Miss Amelia, yes?
Question.
It's a pleasure.
How do you approach her? Real quick.
I approach them with a china set filled with tea. A nice tea set. And I'm coming in, about to put it down, set it down next to a table, a little like a nightstand right next to them.
Okay.
And I just say, "Good morning," as I see them talking to themselves quietly. And I formally introduce myself to Amelia as Mr. Zero.
And she at first she gives you this very like cold glance, and you can see almost, even though she's not fully there, you can feel the air around her get colder for a moment. But then she kind of like calms back down. You know if it's from exhaustion or just her trying not to be as aggressive. But she introduces herself as well, and turns her attention back to Amon and Carib just to clarify. Is this
Before you say anything, this jackass does this.
And then I just go ahead and tell Amelia, I was like, his healing magic is what helped you recover. That's why you're conscious today.
Gotcha. Well, Mr. Zero.
Yes?
Stupid ass name. Thanks, I guess.
You're most welcome, dear. And I go on to do my own things.
By the way, now we're stuck helping them in the Curse Island.
They're helping us get to the island. Don't listen to Amon's pessimism. They're helping us get to the island, and they are familiar with the terrain.
All right. Well, that helps. That helps out, I guess. When do we leave?
Like,
As soon as you can rise.
Let's get on it. The faster we get there, the faster we get back, and faster I can go take my ass to my actual bed.
Good. Now look at Amon like, Like, there you go, bitch. I was right.
Amon gives 2 fucks and he walks away.
It doesn't matter. All right, let's go.
It does. It's burning the hole into you that it doesn't care. That he doesn't give a fuck.
It does hurt Carib's feelings a little bit, but he's debating on whether to whip your ass over it or to just, he doesn't know. He's never really cared enough about it to now, but now that he does care a little bit, it's fucking with his head a little.
All right. So
So
go ahead.
I'm gonna walk up to them and just be like, "Gentlemen, are you ready to set off?"
They don't
Yeah.
own you.
The sooner we can disembark, the better.
Excellent. Let's get going.
And so you all walk out, and Jocko and Mr. Zero, I briefly described to them the gondola style type of boat with the kind of like tarp canopy, different shelves and whatnot, knickknacks everywhere. And instead of the traditional sail and rudder or oars, there's the odd treadmill contraption. So you guys take it away from there how you guys decide to embark.
Fuck is gonna run the entire way.
Well, I imagine that I get on the boat first
Yep, you're the
and
sailor.
make sure everyone gets on safely. And if everyone gets on, we'll set sail whenever you guys are ready.
I get on the boat and find my comfy chair with a light night little umbrella on top. I ain't getting sunburned.
I'm going to sit towards the front to see the navigation. Being that I am from the water, I'm very familiar with it, so I'd like to be able to keep an eye on what's ahead.
Amelia makes her way on, and she finds like little comfy nook underneath the canopy just to kind of keep out of the sun as well.
Sit down.
All right. So our two guests, go ahead and take away the sailing part of this real quick. How do you guys use your boat?
All right, so I hop onto the treadmill device and I untie the boat and then I hop onto the treadmill device and I just start walking and it's a steady walk, but the boat seems to move faster than what I'm walking. It's a nice walk.
Interesting contraption.
And I watch.
How many times have you done this?
Plenty of times.
Hey, you still that size? Man, that look like a good cardio.
What did you say?
I said, are you still that size?
That's how he stays ripped, though.
Oh, that's how you stay ripped. Yep.
And it's,
I am in
I figure you'd be a lot smaller.
I'm in great shape for someone of my age.
and Amon and Carib, you guys realize that he's just going at a very casual walk. To where if this was just normal pedals or however this contraption works, the speed at which you guys are going are comparable to a pretty decent, like, if you're on land, a pretty decent jog. So you guys are hauling ass pretty well with him doing a very simple walk. So either he has thick thunder thighs that are strong as hell, or there's some other mechanisms and you're aiding this. But you guys are going pretty good.
All right. We took provisions and stuff with us, right?
Yeah, they would have packed it. Plus, you guys still have your stuff as well. So,
So I want to talk to Mr. Zero for a second.
Yeah.
I noted some routes leading towards this map. Are there any other people that are aware of this island that we may encounter or may have to avoid on the way there?
What do we know about that, Joan? Have we encountered other people, other entities?
the only other people, quote unquote, people we've seen are the ships from the capital that patrol inside the barrier once you're inside of it. You have seen random sea life, but nothing's really messed with you guys. You guys are pretty well at finding those sweet spots at the right times to get through.
Besides the watchmen from the city, no. There's very little that we should be concerned about when it comes to other entities bothering us.
How often have you ran into these watchmen? Or have you ever ran into them?
Technically, we've never ran into them. We're good at what we do. That's why we do it. But we're aware of their locations and what they do and how they scout.
Good to know.
All right. Now, Jocko and Mr. Zero, I need you both to roll me. Both of you roll me survival, please.
Serve. 18.
Perfect. So you, Jocko, you're like, okay, the water seems very calm, even though it's very overcast. You guys know that you have a pretty good cover, so you can pick up pace. You begin kind of going this slow trot, and Mr. Zero kind of points out that some of the wave currents the pattern of it's a little bit different, and there's a little bit easier way to trek through. So it's odd because you wouldn't think this treadmill really drives or anything, but when you all watch as Mr. Jocko simply turns, it almost has like this omnidirectional pad that he's running on that's capturing his movement that turns the boat with it. And you guys pick up even more pace as he's following these currents that Mr. Zero seems to point out almost very calmly and naturally. He's sitting there under his umbrella, in and out of it, doing whatever you're doing, going through stuff, and just casually going over there, go that way, and Jock will just follow suit, and you guys are going at a well pace. Even more so, Mr. Zero's pretty surprised that what would normally take almost 2 days. You guys are hauling ass without Mr. Jocko even trying. You guys would probably get there today in a day for some reason.
You know, I'm from a seafaring culture myself, and this is a very interesting contraption. You have to explain it to me someday.
Indeed, my friend. If you ever visit the city of Drajil?
Treasure?
Drasia, you'll be able to see that a lot of the stuff from the a lot of these mechanisms, they come from the capital. It's a very developed location.
I look at Amon for a second. I'm like, the capital, the same place that surrounded our first bounty. Remember them?
So as we travel, this is an excellent time for us to get to know each other. What are your stories? Share with me. What are you guys after?
We're here to investigate a criminal who may be hiding out on the island.
Oh, a criminal. I love criminals. Tell me. Anyone specific? Anyone we may have heard of?
Yeah, his dad.
Well,
He's
technically,
bad. No kidding.
technically my father's dead, but we have reason.
Oh, his
to
dad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah.
Technically, my father's dead. He killed him. Point right at Amon.
My, you guys have quite the interesting relationship.
His dad took my mother's leg and killed half the orphanage.
He took your mother's leg?
Yeah, her legs.
Oh!
Legs.
So,
Fascinating.
but the man that we fought and killed could not possibly be the same man that sired me. My mother would have never been with someone so evil. So we're here to find out the source.
Clearly, she likes the man. So,
You know, your mom's still hot, even without the legs.
nasty. So when you're hitting it, are you just gonna rub the nubs? That's just nasty of talking about a nun in that manner.
It's just
I don't follow her religion, so you
In
keep.
any religion, that's just nasty.
I'm wondering what Jaco's thinking, but Jaco's thinking about this whole conversation.
So your father took his mother's legs off,
And he killed him. And now I'm trying to go find out why my father was even out there to begin with.
you killed his father, and you're also looking for his father. Is that what's going on here?
His father was dead originally, then came back, and I had to kill him. Now we're trying to figure out why he came back from dead, that I had to kill him. But then now, I don't give a fuck about any of that now.
If you didn't care, then you wouldn't be here with me and Amelia.
Yeah, I got my own thing.
Yeah, well. So now we're going to the island.
I'm not
Amelia.
going for my own benefit.
Miss Amelia, what is your situation with these gentlemen?
She kind of like perks up from this like little nap that she was taking while everything's going on. We work together, I guess is the easiest way to explain it.
Interesting. So y'all work together with this whole situation comfortably, I would say? Is he patting himself in the back? What do you do?
They have their business. I'm at this point along for the ride because his mom is someone that's feared.
I was hitting the tattoo.
I know what he was doing, yes. He's tapping the invisible guild tattoo.
Okay.
Hey, guild leader, we're on our way to the Cursed Island. If you don't hear back from us in 2 days, come get us.
And you hear back in your head. Noted. I mean, we knew you were going there.
Yeah, just
All right.
Good
So
to
you guys clear and So Jocko and Mr. Zero, you guys are aware that at this point you guys are getting very close to the external area of the barrier itself as the sun is setting. Whatever kind of currents you guys are following cuts you guys a whole day off. So you guys got there same day by nighttime.
What kind of barrier is this?
The magical kind, friend.
I got that, but what kind of magic does it want it out?
Do I look like a wizard? I have no idea. I just know how to bypass.
Is it picky and choosy on who goes in and who doesn't?
Not as far as we know. It seems to be more of an illusion.
It seems to like us, so it should like you guys.
Oh, we're fine, Billy. I don't think they know you're there.
What?
Huh?
Huh? All right.
I'm just imagining this conversation going where I can't hear Billie Jean, and he's just like, huh? What?
Hey, you never know that.
I just look over
the
at
barrier has something against what I got, so and it just keeps me from going in.
I look at Jocko and I'm like, do you see what I deal with?
Do you see what I deal with?
I look at you both and I just.
So go for it.
As we travel. Sorry?
If I would have never met him, I would have never met his daddy, and I would have never had to deal with all this.
That's not true. My father's mission was to destroy churches, and he ended up at the orphanage on his own.
So now we really know why you don't care about religions, and you talk about bending over there. Yeah, the nuns.
Regardless of whether or not you would have met me, your mother would have probably died because we wouldn't have been there together.
So now you're just wishing death on all parents because your parents are dead.
Well, technically, only one's dead.
Yeah. Have you checked up on the other one?
So while you guys are having this debate, Jocko and Mr. Zero, you guys have an ointment that you guys use that allows you to go through the barrier nice and cleanly because you know how the barrier is. So you watch as they are just casually lotioning up their bodies, even Jocko with his fur, and the front of the boat begins to pierce through the veil of the barrier itself. And Carib, you said you were in front, correct?
Yeah.
All right. I want you to imagine what it would feel like going through some of the thickest molasses that would have random chunks of like tapioca mixed in with it, completely encapsulating your body as you go through.
Lotion, quick!
I probably can't breathe very well.
No, it's a good few seconds where you are just encapsulated in this gooey feeling before you pierce to the other side. Amon, you watch as you don't see anything. You just watch as the boat is going through like normal, but you watch as Crib just looks all weird.
Lotion, please.
Next up would be Mr. Zero sitting in his chair, and he's already put up his lotion. And you watch as he glides right through whatever he did, makes the barrier go around him, so he doesn't feel it. It gets you, Amon, and you feel that same thick molasses tapioca substance encapsulating you and rubbing in ways it really shouldn't. Same thing with Amelia, and then it finally hits the Jocko where again just glides right over him. And you guys now in front of you see this large island with this darkened area all above it, with city spires and different things all across the hills and of this island itself.
That's a lot bigger than I anticipated.
It's marvelous, isn't it?
So none of y'all were gonna tell us that we were gonna get stuck in some molasses.
The barrier gets them every time, doesn't it, Mr. Zero?
Always. I was very much looking forward to this.
Just so nobody gonna say nothing about that. But y'all,
Of course not.
It doesn't hurt you. It's just a good
The
fun.
entertainment
Gives us
is
a
part
laugh.
of the value.
I got
It's
molasses
part of the experience, friend.
in places where it should not be.
You didn't have to go through the molasses. You got to go through the molasses.
It's a rite of passage.
The rite of passage.
Hey,
Somebody
Greg,
wrong.
Are there any other rite of passages we need to be aware of before we move forward?
There might be.
you're about to find out. Can you roll me a wisdom saving throw, please, Greg?
So can we summon the demons now or not yet?
10.
10.
Oh, you Jesus.
So you're sitting there with having the conversation. You're asking when everything around you. It doesn't go dark, but you can see like around the corners of your eyes. You feel like your vision grows a little bit darker, and their conversation becomes staticky. And as you kind of look around, you look back towards the city. Within random points, whether it's in the air, some in the water, some at the edges of the actual island where you're going to, and even a few that are sitting next to some of the individual on the boat, you see those shadowy, distorted figures just casually hanging around.
They're back.
What's back?
Did he say that out loud?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who's back?
Some shadow things he sees.
Yeah, and they've been following us. These.
No. They've been following you.
They've been following me. I've seen shadow-like figures around, and I kind of see them again. Do you guys see them?
No.
No, I
John,
don't see it. I don't
How
see it either.
familiar, because of my class, how familiar am I with demonic, shadowy, dark things?
You've heard stories just
Mhm.
in general about people seeing what they perceive as souls, ghosts, otherworldly entities. Some of them seem to just be watching. Some seem to be even oblivious that they exist themselves. Others actually have been captured following individuals, but no one's been able to identify what they are. You've heard stories about them, but you yourself has never seen one even coming to the island before.
Gotcha. Would I know that has anything to do with demonology or anything like in the dark arts?
Roll a history check for me.
Sure.
And Carib, as you're kind of having this conversation, pointing out the number of these figures are more than you've seen just out and about before. There is, even if you look over the boat into the water, there's probably hundreds of them in the water alone. A few more hundred in different spots in the air, and speckling the island.
So 16.
16?
Death lingers here.
So, from your readings and different travels, especially within the capital, you know that there were scholars and even, lore hunters that speculated the origins and speculated where even some, powers come from. Most of the speculation revolves around the power of the soul itself. And many thought that these entities or figures that people saw may have been tied into that, but it's never been confirmed. But that's really the most you know right now.
Gotcha. So as we've been traveling, I've been kind of reading up a little brown notebook that I have on me. So I look up and I look at both of you, Carib and Amon, and I say, it seems one of you is not excluding, giving off a certain spiritual energy that is quite dark and peculiar, something that may be attracting these creatures.
Going back at Amon. Check
the
him.
one that talks to himself. I do wonder what you're talking to exactly.
Yeah, I'm not the one that's seeing these.
No, I see shadowy figures and you talk to yourself. We're both fucked up.
You both are fun. Fun.
Aren't we all?
Indeed.
So
I'd rather say that people are boring.
Jaco, you know of 3 entryways to the island. So if this is all going on, you're having fun, but you're still steering as things go on and you're getting closer to the island. You know of the underwater cavern system. You know of the main kind of docking system, which is more heavily guarded and patrolled than other areas. And then you know of a beach that's kind of on the southward side of the island that you can gain access to. Which of those 3 you wanted to go to as this is all happening?
Probably head towards the beach.
Beach? Okay.
Would be the easiest thing.
Okay.
Seems.
So it takes about 20 minutes as you guys are kind of having these discussions and going through, and Jaco has been steering the boat to the place he believes is going to be the best possible way to get onto the island. So yeah, you guys have a few more. I would say you have about like 5 more minutes as you guys approach the actual shores of this beach.
Jaco, be straight with me. What do we need to expect on this island? What have you encountered?
Skeletons, wraiths.
Skeleton rates.
Other entities. It's mostly skeletons, I think.
Okay.
Just be on your toes.
Nothing we can't handle.
We'll be all right.
And how far in have you gone? Have you ever made it to the center of the city? I kind of point towards the biggest building that looks like the most ornate.
The castle?
Yeah.
We've never been able to get inside. We've tried and tried, but as far as we can figure, it's impassable.
Nothing's impassable. I kind of laughed to myself.
You'll see, my friend.
All right, so it's around this time you guys breach the shores, and Jock, you're able to pull the boat up and get it anchored down where it needs to be out of the way. So if the capital itself ends up coming to take a look or post by, they don't see the ship there. You're pretty used to it. So from here, you guys are able to begin exploring, begin leading, however you guys want to handle this part now. It's roughly about 30-minute walk up into the city, and then from there you guys know the general outskirt of the city or layout of the city leading up to the castle itself. Jocko and Mr. Zero.
What do you say, Jocko? According to how the waves are looking today and how the wind is going, what's our best approach? The long way or the short way?
Probably the short way, but we should be careful about it.
I agree. Lead on.
All right, and I give Bruce a little backpack, and throws it on his little monkey back, and I send him ahead of us, and I start walking. He's climbing up, looking down. He's just staying ahead of us, about 50 feet or so, just to keep an eye out ahead of us. Okay. And I'll start leading everyone behind Bruce.
Amelia's with us too, right?
Yeah, Amelia's with you. She's more hanging out towards the back. She's recovered, but you can still tell that she's a little bit still weak.
Just checking
a little bit, but yeah, she's falling.
Yeah, let's just stand right next to her in case she feels weary, and I can heal her up if need be.
All right, so you guys, so they've begun. Bruce scampers off into the brushy area and through different trees, just kind of take a look. It's mainly like mango groves and more of those Everglades type of trees up until you get into the actual forest before the city. You see him poke his head every now and then and relay that it's pretty clear to come through. So how do you guys advance? Who's in front? Who's leading? Who's in the middle? And how are you guys advancing?
I'm right behind Jacko, wherever he is.
I'll be right up front and probably taking a pretty slow pace, trying to be a little stealthy.
Okay.
But not too stealthy unless Bruce informs me that we need to be.
Is Bruce way ahead of us, or is he just a little bit more ahead of us, a few feet ahead of us?
It's 50 feet, I think he said.
50 feet.
50 feet? Damn.
50 feet ain't that far. Amon, do you want to go in front of or behind Amelia? I think we should keep her between us. All right, then I'll go in front and you bring up the rear.
So I'm gonna have Jacko. You're gonna roll me first your survival, and then everyone roll me a stealth check, please.
Stealth?
Yes.
Stealth?
Yeah, he said he was gonna lead you guys up sneaky. So.
Oh, sneaky like.
Well, because I had disadvantage on stealth, I also had 11. I had a 20. for the first time. And I got
That plate armor came back to bite you, huh?
A gentleman's 11.
Gotcha.
I got
21, 11, 11. What was yours?
I got a 12 on stealth, 12 on stealth, and I got a 14 on survival.
Okay. Brings you like average, like.
Not great,
total, yeah.
but not bad.
14.
Yeah.
The average is 14.
So, Jocko begins leading through, following the path that Bruce is leading up. You guys walk through skeletons and different, debris here and there. It takes about 20-40 minutes as you guys are navigating through, following Bruce and trying to keep as low profile as possible. Every now and then, someone's armor will cling together, someone will trip over a rock or knock some debris backwards. But you guys make it to the actual city. Doesn't really seem to be much resistance. A few skeletons here and there that you guys are kind of able to navigate around. And now looking up at the city, it is a large intricate stone structure city. Some of it is almost like a marble stone, while others is almost like a deep red, blackened kind of stone that seems to almost intertwine. Like there's two styles that are combining itself to make this new style of architecture. The city itself is almost shaped like this half moon. And you're not sure from this area, but it doesn't seem like it was supposed to be this half moon out area itself. But you guys now have a clear line of sight to proceed forward.
Okay.
You can see it's quite impregnable.
Is there anything that we can ascertain from the buildings and any markings or any history or anything like that?
So what are you trying to figure out?
Right now, I'm trying to figure out, like, maybe I just ask, you know what I mean? Like, do we know, maybe I'll start with asking Mr. Zero. So, you seem to be a little bit more of the history buff. Do you know anything about who built this city and why it's considered the cursed city? Aside from all the bones?
Alas, I do not. That is actually something that I'm very curious about. Almost every little aspect about this city seems to be hidden from the world. There's something good to gain from this place, and I just need to grab a little bit of it.
The only thing I would say, Mr. Zero, that you would know from coming here so much, and Jocko, that probably about like 96% of the skeletons here are Tiefling skeletons.
That's right. I do know for a fact, though, that this is a city of Tieflings.
And I kind of look back over my shoulder at Amon real quick, and I'm like, you peeping that?
Amon's quiet in the back, huh? You don't even want to be here. Alright, proceed. Alright, go forward. Where are you going to be taking them, guys?
Well, they said they want to see the center, right? Well, we'll cut through some buildings, some alleys, and just start making our way that way.
I'm assuming there's nobody. I'm assuming there are no residents on this cursed island.
Not that we're aware of.
Occasional monster, or
here and there.
Nobody that talks gentlemanly like we do.
Jocko, roll me a straight D20, please.
16. 16.
Okay. You guys make it a little more than halfway through the city, kind of getting towards where the actual castle is. You guys have been able to manage to avoid some skeletons, a few things here and there. You've even been able to point out some debris and where there seems to be like this large kind of craters where you guys are coming up to now. This large crater that seems to be in the middle of the central city district itself. And it's at this point that Jocko, you realize a little bit too late that there's a few skeletons in one of the buildings up above that kind of, you hear the rattling as they're already kind of falling down onto you guys. And I need each of you to roll me initiative, please.
Falling skeletons. Nice.
16 again.
Okay.
4.
I told you them 20s. You wasted them before.
No, I got a 15. I got a 15. Amon got a 4.
Oh, gotcha.
17.
Alright, Skelly Boys, you move as one unit, and they are going fast. Okay, so 4 skeletons drop down from up above. Ooh, yeah, she's fine. They kind of smack into the ground. Their intent was to land on somebody, but you guys, even though you didn't catch them before they dropped, you were able to kind of back up before any of them smacked onto you. And so first up in the order is going to be Mr. Zero. You watch as these 4 skeletons just drop out of the upper ramparts of this building.
Excellent. I'm going to... Let me make sure this works. Okay. I'm going to cast Hex on the closest one with my bonus action.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use my... I'm going to pull out my pistol, aim it at it, and cast Eldritch Blast at it.
Alright. Roll the attack.
Yes, sir.
And you get what? 2 or 3 Eldritch Blasts that come out?
Just the one.
Just the one?
Just the one. And that is a 22.
22. Okay. So that definitely hits. Hex adds additional attack damage to it.
Yep. Add an extra D6.
Okay. Roll your total damage, please.
You got it. And
then Sawyer, you'll be up next after him.
Sawyer, Eldritch is a D12?
It's 1d10. And you do fire 2 beams, so you need to roll a second d20.
I
figured a level 1 Eldritch Blast shoots 2, and then as you level up, you get a third one.
Oh,
It's a cantrip, and your 5th level, so
2 beams at
it
5th.
levels up.
Bitchin'. I forgot about that. All right, cool.
And each is a d10.
Yeah, buddy.
Hey. He sounds like he knows what he's talking about.
D20, 24 for the second attack, and then let me roll both of those damage. D10 plus 3 plus D6. First one is a 10 damage.
Okay.
Second one is D10 plus 3 plus D6. 16 damage. So 26 total.
So the closest one to you was about, say about 10 feet back from where you actually were standing at. And you all watch as there's a shadowy kind of essence that appears wrapping around the base of this skeleton's legs. And as Mr. Zero pulls out this pistol, 2 blasts just fire through one after another and smash into the skeleton. And it obliterates across, sending skeletal bits and debris through the air. And I believe Hex, once the entity dies, it moves over to another one, correct?
To the next one, yes.
Okay. So I'll say that it'll move to the next
Is there a specific... Yeah, I think it's fine. Yeah, they're like right next to each other, right? They're not like too far apart.
Nah, I said everything is within about 15 feet here. You guys are
perfect.
pretty
And we're
close,
Gucci.
so I'll say it moves on to the one that's next to Amon, which leaves one up next to where Sawyer is and one in between Amelia and Carib. But with that, Jacko, it's your turn. You're up.
Alright, so I hold my shield up, and I reach behind me and grab my bat, and I swing it, and then swing it back. And I got so 2 attacks. One is 14, and the second one is 13.
Okay, so both attacks definitely slam into the skeleton.
Okay.
And my bad, John, I forgot to mention with Hex, I can choose one ability when I cast it, so whenever that target has that Hex, they have a disadvantage with that ability, which is going to be Athletics.
Okay.
And the damage is 12 and 8.
12
Nice.
Okay. So the sheer might from both attacks, you watch as the bones seem to just crunch and dissipate beneath each hit. And the second skeleton just drops as the other two are now kind of focused on the two in the front of the group, kind of what's happening, going on. Now, did you want to use any movement, any bonuses, or is that going to be a full turn?
I'm just gonna look around and check where the other skeletons are, and I'm not gonna move or anything. But
all right. So, Carib, you've now watched two skeletons become obliterated with ease, and it is now you're on deck.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and roll a d6, and I'm going to ignite. So I take 6 damage.
Okay. Oh, you ignited Mother?
Yeah, because they're skeletons, so I'm just gonna go ahead and ignite her. So I'm gonna draw Mother, cut her on my tongue, and I'm gonna whisper to her, "Mother, wake." And you'll see that my sword just glows with a white kind of a glow to it as it gets radiant damage, radiant power to it. And then I'm going to go ahead and attack that was my bonus action. And then I'm going to go ahead and attack, I'm not going to extend her or anything like that. I'm just going to go ahead and slash at the skeleton closest to me.
Okay, that'd be the one between you and Amelia right now.
Mm-hmm. So, roll to hit. Nat 20. Oh,
okay.
no. Never mind. It rolled. Damn it. It said it said 10 and then went over 20 and then went over to 8. Fucker. Yeah, so that's an 8. Does that hit?
Nope, it does not hit.
All right, then I'm going to use my second attack. And that one was a 2. There goes all my low rolls. So I just swing at this thing like a couple times and it's just like, what the hell is that? Because it kind of caught me off guard, like, whoa, shit.
And the skeleton kind of looks there confused for a moment, expecting itself to crumble like the other two did, and then it kind of shakes like, whew, in excitement as far as what's happened.
You can't say that it got you off guard when you lit Mother in between.
I know.
Which, by the way, I would advise, not sure how that may or may not attract enemies throughout this place. And with that, Amon is up.
My heart is the one closest to me.
It's about 10 feet. You'd have to move up real quick if you're trying to, or shoot it, whatever your options are.
I'm gonna just shoot a bow at it.
Okay.
Roll the beat. I ain't hit shit. Wasn't that one?
Yeah, you didn't. But still roll damage for me, please. And then roll a d4.
The damage of what?
The damage of your arrow.
It's gonna hit me. A 4. And a d4. I feel like it's gonna hit me. It's another 4.
So you rolled a 4.
So 8. Yeah.
Okay. So not sure what it is, but as you go and aim to take your shot, you didn't really realize that there was some skeletal remains beneath you as well, and you kind of trip and roll your ankle. And as you do, you let loose the air at the same time, and it happens to clip Amelia in the shoulder as it whizzes by, and then kind of off into the distance it goes. And she turns and she gives you this like, what the fuck kind of glare.
Sorry.
Anything else you want to do?
It wasn't me. It was a skeleton.
Okay. Anything else?
No, I'm good.
Alright. From there, it is going to go to the...
Wait. I missed because I thought of it. It got me off guard.
So, Amelia's going to go and she's looking at you like, really? It's... whatever. And you see her kind of strain a little bit as she musters up some energy into her hand. And she goes ahead and throws a frost ray at the one nearest to her. She will hit that. And part of you watch as it smashes into the skeleton, and part of its shoulder kind of freezes up a little bit, and it stiffens and slows as it does. And you can see even from this, and even that got her a little bit tired. So she's going to go and take just like a little step back just to kind of give herself some room. And then there's going to be the skeleton boys. So you have two that are still remaining because unfortunately the two in the back did not take theirs out as swiftly as the two in the front. So the one that was nearest to Carib, who lit up this brilliant glowing thing in this darkened city. Your armor class is what?
15.
15. First strike misses from it. But the second strike does land, and that you are going to take 7 points of damage as its kind of hands just rip under a part of the plate that you had and gets in there pretty well. As far as the second one that's in the back, it's going to make its way towards Amon. And Amon, what is your armor class? A 2?
No, 14.
Oh. 14. First attack goes wide. Second attack, it completely is off balance and attempts to swing back again. You easily move out the way, watching it come through. Both seem flushed a little bit, but from around you guys, even above where these skeletons have fallen, you can hear the beginnings of more rattlings, as the only source of light right now is Mother herself glowing, and there's more rattling now approaching. But with that, we're back to the top of the order. So, Mr. Zero.
Oh shit! It's my turn. Sorry, I was sending gifts to Sawyer. Okay, I'm going to aim for the first closest skeleton to us. Does that guy have the hex?
It would have, yeah. It's your hex started up front and just has been making its way back.
Bitchin'. I'm gonna pull out my gun and I shoot to kill.
Okay, Eldritch Blast again.
Yep.
All right.
Plus 5. 22 again.
Okay.
Is that the same thing I drew before?
For the first one, yeah. And then roll for the second one real quick.
Same roll. That's bitchin'. D20 plus 5. 15.
Both still going to hit. So roll the.
Yeah,
damage.
buddy. All right. D2 that's 3 plus D6.
Hey, they're making us look.
10
Again?
plus 3
They're
plus.
making us look back.
I deal 26 damage.
And Carib, Amon, as you're like saying, they're making us look bad. 2 more blasts just through the skeleton that's between Carib and Amelia, and some of that dust just gets in your mouth as you're speaking a little bit. So that is now the third skeleton dispatched by the 2 party in the front. The hex will now move on to that 4th one that's currently within the area, and that'll put us with Jocko.
So where's the last skeleton at relative to me?
It's about 15 feet in the back of the group.
Okay, so I'm gonna move forward 5 feet
Okay.
and to the side of everyone so I can see it.
Okay.
And I already rolled during Will's turn just to make it a little more speedy. I rolled a natural 1 on my first attack,
Nice.
and I rolled a 16 on my second.
Nice.
Okay. So the first attack, for obvious reasons, misses, but the second one does land. But I will need you to roll damage for both of them, please.
Okay. I got 10 damage on the first one and 7 damage on the second one.
Okay. So Jocko goes and moves out the way, and he only moves up 5 feet. And for you two, it's odd like that. He's not going to be able to reach that. But you watch as when he extends his arm out, it clearly, with the bat in hand, makes that 10-foot gap to where it is. Misses though. Whiffs right off the bat. The skeleton notices, dodges, and his bat slams right into the side of the wall of this building that you guys are in. Some rubble begins, kind of cascading down the walls, and there's dust that's kind of kicked up, and now there's even more heavy rattling coming from above. The second attack, though, he recorrects his aim, smacks the skeleton right in the face, and throws its jaw off. But it is still up and ready for combat there.
All right.
And that'll lead to Damian, you.
I'm just gonna go for. I mean, right now, Mother's ignited. I hear rattling. We need to dispatch and get moving. Hopefully, before these things arrive. So I'm gonna go ahead.
Mother.
I know, right? So that's a 19 for my first hit, and actually, yeah, and a 17 for my second hit.
So both do connect. So we're going to roll that damage.
All right. So 8 and 6. So my first one is 14. And then my second hit is... Interesting. Huh. So that's 7 and 3 and 10.
Okay. So the quick turnaround flurry, the ignited mother goes and cleaves through the skeleton, and it begins just crumbling apart. But with the momentum, you went ahead and went for a second strike and just obliterated these bones into dust. As you do so, it kind of kicks up everywhere, and you can now see that you're kind of in a better angle. Looking up, you can see some shadows of other things moving up above from the light that Mother's giving. So right now, you have as a group the option to hold or to try and get out of there.
I have a bonus action, so what I could technically do is, because my light goes away the moment I sheathe Mother and release her, the light goes away.
Okay. So you're gonna turn off Mother by sheathing her?
Yeah. So because it would make no sense if we do decide to run. It would make no sense to run with a brilliant light shining the entire way.
Correct.
So
from the group within the next 10 seconds, what's your guys' decision? You guys gonna stay, or you guys gonna make a run for it?
I say run.
Yeah, I'm gonna say let's move.
Yeah, let's move. I was gonna say let's stay, but knowing John, let's run.
So we got knowing John. So we got majority there. So you watch as both Mr. Zero and Jocko begin making their way forward, and with eyes up above, clearly the rattling itself is echoing now at this point. So the rest of the party goes and follows through. Can I have everyone roll me dexterity, please?
Is it a save or is it a check?
Just a check.
Yes. Oh.
20, 30.
30, 20? Okay.
19.
Okay.
8.
8?
8.
Okay.
Nick,
6?
a gentleman's six.
You guys started so strong. So Jocko and Mrs. Joe take off, and they are swiftly navigating through different corridors and different alleyways and back into the main city itself. You guys are on their heels, no issues there, kind of going through. You watch as Mrs. Joe takes a quick turn and not really paying attention, and he's right at the mouth of this giant craterish thing. Carib, you're able to grab him real quick, just kind of keeping up with the momentum of just being there already, and just kind of reeling him back and make sure he's not falling over as the rattling noise is getting further and further away from you. You guys are able to now take a quick breath, assess your positions where you guys are at, and you are at the mouth of this large crater that is roughly 100 feet or so from the castle opening, or castle doors, I should say.
I appreciate it, old boy. You saved my life.
Yeah, well, you should have warned me that light attracts a lot of the things.
Could have said that was your favorite.
Say again?
That could have been your favorite.
Yeah, well. Yeah. Does that count as a favor?
Of course not. And
Just-
asked for you to save me. You chose that out of your own volition, my friend.
Next time, let him talk.
That's what I was gonna say.
Either way.
Nonetheless, I am thankful. Are any of you hurt in any way?
Oh yeah, I took some hits back there.
I use my Song of Healing and I heal him for D6. Oh, roll a D6 and you get healed from that.
Oh, I rolled the D6.
Let's hear the song. You have to sing it if you're gonna use a song.
Yay, 6. I'll take all 6.
Fine, my word of healing, and I say heal.
Said, fuck that. I'm not singing the song.
I ain't singing shit. I ain't no bard, bitch.
Much appreciated.
So, being here at the crater, Carib, you are seeing those shadowy figures that ever since you first felt them when you guys are approaching, they are everywhere. Some are floating around, some are near skeletons, some are hanging around this crater in mass numbers. It's almost like you're stuck in a crowd of them. Meanwhile, Amon, you can feel Billie Jean physically humming with glee in the back of your mind, like knowing that he's about to get something good to eat. He's excited.
What's going on?
I just feel like something good's gonna be here. I can feel it.
Where?
Fuck if I know. The different magics in here messing so many things up, but it's gotta be something good.
So we're standing on the edge of a crater.
Mm-hmm. And as you look over, there is a flow of purple energy that's coming out of the center of this large crater. And the crater itself, easily 600 feet in diameter.
Let's go. And I start walking to the middle of the crater.
I say I've never seen this before. This is looking evil.
Yeah, well,
Something is afoot.
you should see what I see. And I'm looking around like I'm surrounded by people.
Somebody needs to put that boy in a bubble.
Can I try to communicate with any of them? Have I ever tried to
Go
communicate
for
with
it.
any of them?
You haven't. You've never been this close to any of them before.
I like to say when we were on the boat, I was saying to them, but nobody was listening.
Yeah, well, there I'm in a crowd of them now, so it's.
You was the crowd. You were in the crowd.
So I would like to try to communicate with them. I mean, I don't know if a vocal communication would work.
Whatever you're gonna try, give it a try. Ask away what you're gonna ask. And
Come on, yeah. Said it what you did.
Yeah, I want to ask what happened. You know, I mean, what happened here? But I also want to kind of reach out with my essence, like kind of like, you know how you would send out that spiritual energy of like I'm trying to communicate spiritually with somebody. So you send out an energy. So even though you verbalize it, but you're also kind of like emoting it emotionally and physically. That's what I'm trying to do.
Roll me Arcana.
24 on the first roll and 18 on the second roll, so 24.
24. Okay. So you go and speak out your words. What happened here? And some of the few that are closest to you, even though they are faceless, even formless to an extent, you can feel their gaze turn towards you, and it's unsettling a little bit. There is no response that you would get back from them, but the nearest one to you does reach out its hand, or what you believe it's its hand, and it reaches out to you. Do you allow it to touch you, or are you gonna kind of pull away?
I'll allow it.
As it reaches out and touches you, you get a brief vision, a few flashes. You actually see these two scouring around different parts of the city, picking through things, finding little trinkets, and then it flashes, and there's snow that's falling, and you see them here again, navigating through other areas. It flashes, and it time itself is kind of moving in weird ways. It's giving you flashes, but it's mainly of these two just doing exactly what they've told you that they've done or here to do. And when the vision ends, that entity, whatever it was, is no longer in front of you, but you don't feel that it's left you. Jay's face.
You guys have been here quite a bit.
You got something in you too?
Yeah, we've been here a few times. Why? Just
I kind of look around the area just to make sure that it looks similar to what we've seen before, John. Like there's nothing amiss.
4 minutes ago that I'm walking towards the middle of it.
Yeah, you're walking towards the middle of the crater?
Yeah.
Okay. So crater wise, it goes deep, Jay. It's not like a nice beveled crater, it's like a you don't fall kind of crater.
I'm gonna tuck and roll and just see how fast I go. Tucking and rolling.
Okay. Roll athletics. Disadvantage, please.
Oh, you lucky bitch. That was a dirty 20 on that one.
That wasn't dirty.
14!
Okay.
14. Okay. So you're tumbling to the center of it? What is your intention? What are you wanting to do?
I want to see what's going on down there.
Okay.
I want to see if Billie Jean gets an itchy itch.
So you begin this tumbling process, and you're going through it at a pretty high speed. You're able to kind of feel yourself hit a few things here and there, but you're doing pretty well. You have your sights set on the middle of this crater. The crater is much deeper than what you were expecting to be, to the point where there's sheer drop-offs at points where it is a flat downward fall, and you can hear Billie Jean in the back of your head. What are you doing?
You said there's a lot of things going on. Trying to see what's going on.
I said there's a lot of magic going on. I didn't say nothing about it in this crater.
What's this thing going on in the middle of it?
Fuck if I know.
Then how you know that?
It ain't good. I never said go to it, did I?
Yeah, well, you didn't say don't go to it, so here we are.
Here you are exactly. Okay, so, what was your perception there, Will?
My perception?
Yeah, you said you want to look around for stuff. Perception check.
Yes.
All right,
Like maybe a bridge?
Jakku and Carib, you watch as Amon is tumbling down a very steep and dangerous kind of.
I'm gonna tap Jocko on the furry arm and say, 1 gold says he busts his ass.
deal.
Amon, are you gonna attempt to stop at all?
Before I get to the middle.
12, John.
12? Okay. Everything seems to still be in order as far as what you're used to. I mean, certain skeletons may or may not be there just because of the fact that they will randomly get up and start walking. That you've noticed, but as far as anything else, it's pretty much spot on from every other time you've come, including the crater, which you guys have done well to shy away from, as there's usually a lot of activity coming from this area.
Got you.
Amon, how are you going to want to stop? Because this is, I'm going to let you know, it is a steep drop. It's like a drop.
Dagger.
You know what?
Dagger.
Dagger? Give me a strength at disadvantage, please.
I got disadvantage on strength, but it doesn't ain't nothing new. I'm at a -1.
Well, that's not disadvantage. That's just being weak.
I'm just already natural disadvantage. This ain't nothing new.
I'm gonna look at Carib and be like, should we save him?
8 on another.
So yeah, hold on. What were the 2 rolls you got?
7 and 8.
7 and 8. Okay, and that's before or after your minus?
After.
Okay. Okay. Continue your conversation.
Should we help him?
Yeah. This is what I'm talking about. He hates me, but I always end up saving his ass.
You're a good man.
So at this point, I have a wooden stake and 50 feet of rope. Did he manage to stop himself a little bit?
That's so 50 feet.
He's falling.
He's
Rolling. There's a difference.
There's okay. It goes. There's a small bevel from where whatever was impacted, and then like there's a sheer drop.
So he's falling.
He is past the 50 feet mark because he has been rolling for a minute, and he is in the process of about to fall in.
How far?
You
how
better
far
call
is he?
your boy. 50.
About how far is he?
I'd say about 80 feet at least.
Holy shit.
He's 80 feet.
He's been rolling.
Oh my
I just watched. I mean, what the fuck am I gonna do? I watched.
I'm
I have
gonna.
a levitation spell.
Fuck it. Oh my god. Okay. I'm gonna jump and slide down and pull out a baton.
Wait. Can I at least throw the rope around your waist? Oh, how about you? You're the big guy. Hold this rope.
Okay.
Give him a rope and I jump in after him.
Okay.
All right.
But
Jesus.
I'm just jumping to the closest ledge that I can find that looks like a perch. Because you said it's a slope and then there's like some jaggedness and then it's sheer drop, right? I'm trying to get to the slope. I'm not trying to be like, I'm not doing that. I'm not bungee jumping in.
Okay. Roll me athletics. Amon, you're like, okay, you know what? This isn't probably the best idea that I've had, seeing as this is a little bit deeper than what I thought it was. So you pull out your dagger and begin scrambling, and it's hitting the sheer sides of this stone, this earth, and you're not able to find a good grasp, a good purchase where it is.
And
you're now
my
skittering.
cantrip to make sure my dagger goes in.
What cantrip?
I can.
What cantrip did you have that forcefully places a dagger in the
Did you say forcefully? Yeah.
I swear to God, if you say thaumaturgy.
I can tremor the ground.
Alright. So I just went down for that little ledge with the rope wrapped around
Right,
me.
hold on. So you did the little ledge round, and you did thaumaturgy to do what, Jay?
To make sure my dagger goes in.
But what part of thaumaturgy did you use? What did
The tremors.
the tremors? Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
You
Carib, can you roll me a dex saving throw, please?
Dex save.
see me get.
Let's see.
23.
20. I was gonna have Jacko go ahead and do an extra d6 since he's holding onto the rope, but okay. 23. So you find perches on the little ledge that you were aiming for as these small tremors start vibrating and make the ledge crumble beneath you. You are able to grab onto one additional one and basically put your back flat against the surface to stop yourself from scooting any further in.
I'm cruising it right now.
Hey, I say fuck the goddamn dagger, and I grab on the sword, and I'm trying to pierce the sword in.
Roll another
Fuck the
strength.
dagger.
Roll another strength at disadvantage. Now you have a dagger gone.
I'm gonna say, while I'm watching him, I'm gonna be like, "Bye, friend."
I like how Mr. Zero's at the top, like, yeah.
13 and
How
8.
people watching? I'm like, I ain't jumping on that shit.
What was
Y'all
it,
white
Jay?
people are crazy.
13 and an 8.
God damn it. Okay. So, so you were like, fuck it. You throw the dagger down. You grab a short sword, and you jam it into the side of the stone, and it's just sparks are flying as you're kind of sliding through. Your descent is slowing, but it's not stopping. It's not getting into
I
anything.
will die when I pancake the floor. If it's slowing it down enough that I don't pancake the floor, I'm okay with it.
You want to look down? Huh? There's no floor that you can see.
I have, while all this craziness is going on, can I have Bruce tie my rope to this rope to make it 100 foot?
Yeah.
And
You can sell your shit, right?
should I?
I'm gonna take silence as consent.
So while you're holding onto the rope in your hands, that Carib is hanging off from the other side. Bruce runs up, grabs from your pack a piece of rope, and scurries down your arm. And he's tying the two ends. That way, whenever you're ready, you can let go of the first end of the rope that you're holding, and then it'll have Carib do a quick, fast, extra 50-foot drop. But it is secure enough to your. Actually, you know what? Hold on.
Well, I don't want to drop. I'm still
It's
holding
pretty
on.
secure.
So hold on, I'm gonna use my cantrip because I heard him, and I'm gonna use it to boom my voice 3 times as loud and say, "The fuck you're not."
Oh, it's a selling your shit? Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Second off,
And so, hold on. So
hold on. I gotta finish this thing that I'm about to do.
I know, I'm gonna let
Jack
you
is
finish.
still
I'm
next
gonna
to
let
me?
you finish.
Jack, are you still next to me?
Who?
Is Jacko still next to me?
Yeah, he's on the rope. He went down a little bit.
Jacko,
like,
I
he's
didn't
like
hear
5
anything.
feet
Did you? Did you hear anything?
I'm too focused. I'm too focused to even hear what he's.
Neither did I.
In this little area, or I should say, in where the walls are that are, where you're currently at. Not only is your voice comes out 5 times as loud because of A, your cantrip, and B, just the actual echoes of it all, which may or may not be beneficial for you right now. But proceed with the craziness you were doing.
Cool. So I got 50 feet of rope, right?
In your pack, yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to scurry to grab that, right?
So you drop your sword.
I can shimmy the back.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab the rope, right?
How far down is he from me right now?
Listen, I'm far away from you.
He was 80 feet. You dropped 50
I'm
feet.
still so happy.
He's fallen at least an additional 10. So I'd say he's at least 30
At the end of
feet.
my 100, almost at the end of my 100-foot rope if I do drop down. Because right now I'm anchored at 50. He's anchored at 0.
I'm gonna die with this move, or I'm gonna save so with this move.
Jocko, whenever you're ready, you can release that additional amount for it.
Yeah, as soon as Bruce is done with that, I'm gonna release the rest of it.
There's no in between here.
John, how far is Amon from me?
He's at least 90 feet now.
God damn it.
So I'm gonna try to tie this one end of the rope.
Throw me towards him? Can you throw me towards him? Like, how far can you throw me to?
Let me
Go down the rope.
Hold on, hold on. So yeah, Jocko's holding the rope that's holding Carib, and Amon is trying to pull some amazing man out of his ass to save his ass that he's caused. Proceed, Amon.
It just works. So I'm gonna tie one end of the rope right to my wrist. It's probably gonna come out as soon as I do what I'm gonna do. But hell, let's see what happens. And I'm trying to tie it. I'm still holding on to the fucking sword. I'm gonna end up having to let go of the sword, but it's not right now.
John.
I'm gonna tie the other end to a bow. I'm gonna kick off the wall, shooting bow.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Okay. So in the process of this, I want you to understand what you're doing. You're pulling the rope out, you're tying it to an arrow, you're pulling out your bow.
Yes.
Okay. The whole menagerie of this happening, both your backpack and your sword will fall.
Don't give up. You got this, man.
I'm willing to lose it all.
You have okay. I'll say you're next to the wall. Kicking off is no problem. Shoot your shot. Where are you aiming at?
The edge.
At the edge of what?
The fucking ledge of the fucking hole that I'm sinking into.
Okay, you're trying. Okay, all right. Shoot your arrow into this fucking stone wall. Go for it.
You shut your dirty filthy mouth. You don't know if this will work.
Okay.
Come on, Cliff Coon. You know what to do here.
Camarada.
I tell you.
God damn it. I will say
not even gonna give me a chance to roll and think it was gonna be a higher roll. It went right to the corner of the screen. 10.
Carib.
10.
So I'm there. I'm secured. I got a rope behind me. I got another 150 feet of rope. I see this arrow flying up. Does it come anywhere near me where I might be able to, since I'm gripped on and I'm tied up?
At the base, I would say you'd be within like 8 feet of it, hitting the edge of where he was trying to shoot it. So I would say whatever you're gonna do is gonna be very split second to try and save his ass as best as possible. Whatever you're gonna do.
I'm gonna try to grab, because the arrow's gonna do this. I'm gonna try to reach and at least grab 8 feet. My arms are pretty long, so I'm a 7 foot span, 8 foot span easily. So I should be able to at least try to grab the rope. I'm already tied up. I'm being held up, so I'm good. I can technically let go and I'm held up. So I can reach. I can at least try to grab his ropey arrow thingy.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Right, but I'm still gonna hold on with one hand. I'm just gonna. I got one hand. I'm trying to at least try to grab his rope.
Okay.
Can I? Is it even
In case
remotely?
that doesn't work, John, if I jump down, if I dive down, how quickly would I be able to get around 60 feet away from Jay? And actually, Carib as well. How
Carib,
good.
you can get within.
I'm within 60. If I jump down, is there any way for me to get within 60 feet from him?
Of Carib for sure, pretty quick.
Amon.
Amon, you probably wouldn't be able to get in front of him 60 feet because Carib is already 100 feet down, and Carib is at least.
Since he used the dagger and all that stuff, and you know, did that slow his speed down enough for me to be able to get 60 feet from him?
Through some nice acrobatics, potentially.
Yeah.
But this is all split second. So right now for the arrow, if you're gonna catch the arrow,
what do you catch the arrow?
go ahead and roll. That's gonna be athletics. It's not even gonna be acrobatics. It's gonna be athletics.
Oh, I missed that arrow. 8.
All right. I'm jumping down, and I'm changing my form, John, into a Goliath. So I'm assuming I'm very heavy. Yes, very heavy.
Doesn't fuck with the arrow's trajectory at all.
What did you roll, Carib?
You rolled an 8.
You rolled an 8.
Oh, you rolled an 8. Yeah. Think of Mulan, where he's doing, I let it slip right through my fingers. That. Except, in the end, he still didn't get it. Now, Mr. Zero jumped
If I jump down and I become a Goliath and I become heavier, can you think that the velocity of my own weight can catch up to where Jay is falling within 60 feet of me?
Are you... With acrobatics? Sure. Give me an acrobatics roll.
Fuck yes, let's do it.
Can always try.
I can always try.
Amon, mind you, you're still...
I'm just telling you.
You see the arrow go, think, and then you watch the hand go, miss.
12. Oh, wait, 13.
Hey, Billy, wings?
13?
I would say with a 13,
I just need to be within 60 feet of him. That's all I care about.
You overshoot your trajectory and end up rolling past Carib. Can both of you make a dex save real quick, please?
Sure. But how far am I from Jay on that?
You'd be within 40 feet of Jay at that point.
Perfect. Okay.
You should both roll some decent.
I got a 10. I mean, I was secured on a rope, so.
Yeah.
What is my fucking dex save? Oh shit! So funny.
This is the. It's not even creatures taking you out. Like.
This is a dex save, right?
This is a dex save. Yes.
Gentlemen, 10.
Fucking A. Are you both got 10?
Carib,
Hey, that's
out of this.
right on the line.
As I'm falling, I don't know if this changes anything, but as I'm falling, I'm gonna cast Featherfall on myself, Carib, and Jay.
Carib is not falling.
bottom.
Carib is fine. I want you to say.
Fine.
So it's you and Amon. So you're casting Featherfall. That's
Yes.
fine. All right. So during this moment, you're like, "Fuck it, I can do this. I can save us both." You jump in, you dive in, change your form to a giant Goliath. Mind you, Carib, seeing this giant Goliath come out of nowhere.
With wings, and I spread wings because I want to have wings too. Like, what is the name of the angel people?
Do Goliaths have wings?
Amon?
Question.
No, but I'm a goddamn fucking. You know what I am,
But
so I
you
can
had
do whatever
correct.
I
You
want.
had to pick a form though. You chose Goliath.
I can't have both parts.
No, you can't be a Goliath. Half Asmar, half Goliath. What is
lame.
this? You chose
I
a
can't have one
form.
part of. So I can't be a centaur.
We'll
That's
see.
lame.
Well, Centaur is its own species, but we'll see. Hold on. You chose Goliath first, right?
Yes.
You've tumbled. You're careening past Carib. Carib
Right.
sees this from the corner of his eye. You both reach out, attempt a predator handshake, fumble it completely. You topple over the edge, right? You cast Featherfall on both you and Amon. Amon, you see this giant fucking guy now. Giant guy in wonderful gentleman's clothing, mind you. But giant fucking guy. Don't know who the hell it is. And you watch as he
huge friggin' guy.
the edge of this cliff, and he just and you watch as there's dust behind him, and he's looking at you. Does some sigils, and you got your fall descent rate just instead of it goes, and you're slowly falling down.
So they're still falling.
They are over the edge to a point that you can barely see the Goliath's head as he's just elevator style just.
Yep, we're slowly falling. And since Carib was around me, I also casted it on him because I can choose up
Just
to
in
5
case.
targets.
Okay.
It doesn't matter, but if he wants to fall
Oh, hold
comfortably,
on.
it'll help him.
I still got 50 foot of rope, or I'm at my 100 feet.
You're at your 100 feet, yeah.
Oh, then you're able to go up if you want,
How
but in
far
case
is
you
he?
fall,
How far is he? How far?
is who?
How far is 0?
0 would be
Mr. Zero.
at least 30
What's
feet.
the 0?
The rate at which he rolled over this cliff and down before casting Featherfall, he went out down. So angle wise, I'd say 25 feet.
25 feet?
Yeah, it's killing me, man. It's the buttons all over again, Jake.
Is Carib on a ledge like he has himself?
Carib has gone from whatever ledge. No, he's still kind of. No, he went down more towards the center, where the lip ends and goes down further.
Okay, so if I let go, then he would fall, right?
Why would I fall? Because my dex save had me firm.
That wasn't for that. That was to try and catch the falling Goliath next to you. That's what that dex save was for.
Can I take perch on anything right there? Is there nothing for me to perch on?
The angle at which it's at, without the rope, you would also fall in.
But I'm feather falling right now. So right now, technically, so just so I understand, chasm, I'm here, rope, feather falling. So it's really no weight on me right now. He technically could just go yank, and I would just come float right up.
No, because since you're connected to the ground already, Featherfall really doesn't have an effect on you. It ends once you touch a ground surface.
I thought he was hanging.
Yeah, you just said I wasn't perched on the wall.
He's not perched on the wall. Slope, and then lip. You're right before that lip that drops.
So my feet are on the actual lip. So then I'm good. I'm standing.
I never said you're
On the
falling.
lip. Oh, okay. So I can back up, and I can try to take the 100 feet of rope, and I'm gonna look. These guys are feather falling, so right now they're just doing this, right? So their descending is not very fast.
Correct.
All right.
Yes. So
Jacob, do you have any more rope? Do you have any more rope? I have a crossbow. Do you have any more rope?
No, I don't have any rope. You have my rope.
Yeah. Well, let me see. What
I can let go. Can you hold on?
Jack,
Can you keep the edge?
Jack, you feel the air behind you where Amelia's been standing grow pretty cold. And you watch as there's just this kind of like whitish blur that goes past you real quick.
I totally forgot that she was even a thing.
No,
Where's
I
her
didn't.
rope?
Hi, Jesus.
Where's her rope?
Oh yeah, so she's just standing there watching us do all this shit.
Well, she figured 4 grown adults should be capable of not killing themselves. So,
Look, I have my job.
so she jumps in, and you watch as when she lands next to you, Carib, and you watch as the ice kind of expands from where she stands and goes over the lip down, and her feet are semi-frozen to it, and you're watching as she's walking, the ice is letting go and reforming, as those two are feather falling, and she's gonna pass you one end of a rope, and she's gonna toss down the other half.
All right, I'll hold on to the rope and perch myself, like lean backwards and perch myself. So now I've got an end of the rope. Jaco's got me on a rope, and I've got mine. So I'm gonna perch myself backwards, and probably I'm thinking I may actually just draw Mother and just actually no, I have a stake. Screw that, I have a stake. Leave Mother alone. I don't want to lose her. I have a wooden stake, so I'll just pull out the wooden stake that I have, and I'm gonna just kind of make an anchor for myself as well. So.
Okay, you do so. Amon and Mr. you see as a rope is thrown over, and there's this icy kind of mist that's coming from the edge of this cavernous drop.
I don't know you too well, but I think it's safe for us right now just to keep going down than deal with that bitch up there.
Oh, hold on. Hold on. I mean, it's gonna polymorph herself into a fucking bird.
You forgot she can do that shit?
Until you reminded me, I forgot she turned you into a cockroach. So there's this big old snow isle that comes down. Mr. Zero, it extends a claw out to you as you're slowly falling. Do you grab it?
Mr. Zero, do you grab?
Oh, he's asking me. Yeah, I guess. I mean, how much do we have for? How long is from where I've fallen? What's the God? What is the distance between me and the ground?
Yeah, no,
there's no
ground.
discernible ground that you
It
can
just
see.
keeps going down.
Yes.
Yes, I happily.
I love how it called me and goes, yeah, I mean, I could just make it to the ground. Oh, there
I
is no
thought there
ground.
was a bottom. I thought there was a bottom.
Your spell would have ran out long before you ever hit a ground.
That is fucking hilarious. How did I miss that part? I could have swore you said there's a bottom that we could see.
Because Amon looked and I said, there is no bottom.
All he said was there was a
jumped. I would have never jumped if I had
haze.
known that.
All he said was there was a purple haze emanating from the middle of the crater. That's all he
I
said.
thought that was just like your typical mist and shit. I didn't know it was just empty, like endlessly bottomless. Jesus Christ, John.
I didn't tell anyone to jump. This isn't on me.
Yes, I have.
All right, so she grabs Zero, she grabs Amon, and she brings you guys up. And in the process, she also ends up grabbing the rope that's holding Carib in her beak and hoists you up too, just to make sure that everyone is outside of falling into this crater.
For the record, I didn't need saving. Just saying.
She drops everyone an easy 15 feet off the ground and just lets you all hit the ground. She's going to fly herself down, and she's going to disperse polymorph, and she is exhausted. That cold sweat that she had before is back, and she is looking a little bit thinner and worse for wear.
Thank you.
I go up there and immediately.
Where the fuck was that like 20 minutes ago?
I don't have enough magic right now to do anything. Even that took more from me than what I thought.
I'll say, are you an idiot, Amon? Did you not see that the girl was dying less than a day ago?
He is an idiot, and an idiot that would decide to roll down a cavernous hill into a purple aura. What is... I don't have the energy or the time to waste.
I cast heal on her, and I'm like, Jacko, would you mind carrying the lady?
And that rattling noise that you guys had fleed from before, with the shouts and everything happening, that rattling is, now that you guys are aware of what's happening, it's very close, and it is very loud.
Okay, with all these skeletons on the ground, is there a sword on the ground or anything?
You quick perception if you want.
Can I roll a perception to see if there's anything? Oh, like obviously
20,
it's
30, 20 by 20.
600 feet the other way.
There are some older rusted blades that.
Shit, I gotta grab one of them.
Okay.
Mr. Zero,
Yes.
where would you go for cover right here and now? You've been here before. You've been to this chasm before.
Everybody bundle up. Bundle up together as much as you can. Like, make yourselves as small as possible together. Like, bunch up.
As you're
I'm
saying
gonna
this, the rattling is still coming. You can see little peaks of skeletons popping up from
I
different
use
areas.
minor illusion to create basically the background of what we have, but just in front of us. And it's a 5 foot by 5 foot square. That's the maximum I can make it.
Okay.
And I say, everybody keep quiet. Oh, you know what? Actually, I think I have that. Let me see if I can cast it on multiple people. Give me a sec.
As I see Amon trying to pick up a weapon, I'm gonna pull out a hand axe and a dagger and just offer them to him.
It is much better than the rusty blade you're attempting to choose.
Okay, perfect. I actually cast silence within the little square that I have. Wherever we're all standing in, I cast silence in between that. That way it sounds like there's nothing, no matter if anybody coughs or anything happens within us, nobody makes a sound.
Okay. So you're hoping with the combination of minor illusion and silence.
But they'll just
go
be
right
like, oh, there's nothing there, and they'll just keep going, yeah.
Okay.
Let's try it out.
Can I roll a perception just to see if there is a path either way in case we do have to run?
Oh, there's a clear path up to the castle gates. That was prevalent whenever you guys got there.
Is it far?
No, we just have to go around the giant hole in there.
I mean, where you guys exited from the one part of town, you guys are about 100 feet, 120 feet away from the gate.
Has he casted it yet, or should we just?
Yeah.
As he's doing some sigils, can I just tap Mr. Zero on the shoulder and be like?
Well, no, I didn't know they were that close. Yeah, if I had known that, I wouldn't have bothered with any of that shit. I thought we were like in an open clearing where there is nothing next to us aside from that hole. So yeah, never mind. Fuck that noise. Let's run for it.
Okay.
And anything, I'm gonna... Actually, I don't think I can do that, can I?
I still think Jacko needs to carry Amelia.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure. Jacko is definitely carrying Amelia.
As long as she doesn't mind, consent is everything, right?
She says...
I was listening. You asked consent, sir?
As you're saying, as long as she doesn't mind, she is ready as like a backpack on your back. She has gripped your fur and she goes, let's get the fuck out of here.
Run, bitch!
Can each of you make an athletics check, please? Jesus.
I cast... Oh, fuck. Maybe I can't do it anymore. Never mind.
14.
I was going to cast Bardic Inspiration on Story. Would you allow it, John?
Sure.
Perfect. I used Bardic Inspiration on Sawyer so that in case he needs that extra D6.
17.
Mr. Zero, what was your roll?
What am I rolling, sorry?
Athletics.
Oh, fuck. What? I can't do... Does it have to be athletics?
Yes.
It can't be athletics or dexterity or acrobatics?
It's athletics.
Man, you're a bitch.
You're sprinting to a gate.
I can fucking be acrobatic about it.
No.
I can do cartwheels there. I can do cartwheels there. Man, fuck you. Actually, that becomes a 20. D20, yeah.
All the
12.
grief he gives me.
12. It's a 12.
Okay. So you guys begin bolting through, and you can see as there's a horde of skeletons and shrouds kind of chasing you guys back. They're easy about 200 feet behind you. So you guys make it up, clear the 120 to get up to the castle gates itself. But much like how they were telling before, there's a door, but it doesn't seem to open. However, both Amon and Carib are able to clearly see that it resembles the pendants, both of Carib's and his father's.
Is there a last time it required blood to open the pendant? I see that, and I still have a little bit of wounds from my last battle. I want to immediately, as I'm running, I just take a little bit of that blood and put it in my hand, and I want to run up to the door and touch it, or right where the symbol is.
Okay. It does not react.
All right.
Not in the way that you're used to it reacting.
I'm gonna set Amelia down and get ready for this horde that's coming at us.
Okay.
Can I do a quick Arcana check, because it has to be a magic. I feel like it's a magical lock.
Go for it. Roll the Arcana. Jacko, go ahead. You're readying yourself as the horde is approaching.
Yep.
Okay. Mon, what are you doing?
Open, bitch! Hurry up!
Are you just yelling that? You're not. Okay.
I'm chilling.
What'd you
22.
get? 22? Okay. So the door itself, you're expending your energy here to really figure this out, and it should work. It's the exact same sigil, the exact same thing that would require some sort of blood to open, to activate whatever sealing is on here. But you're gathering it's not your blood. That shade thing that you remember touching you before and providing you the visions, it's standing next to you, but it is pointing at Amon.
Amon, come here a second. And I want to take my blade and just nick him. Give me your blood. I want to nick him.
Go towards him. I'm just standing there looking at him like, what are you calling me for?
Give me your blood. And I nick him. And put it on the door, quick. And he's rubbing it on the door.
The door itself is about 40 feet high. It's about 20 feet wide itself, and starting from where Amon's blood is touched against it, the blood itself begins to course through this door, and for the first time for you two, as many times you've been here, begins to shake, and dust and debris begins to fall from it as it begins to slowly open inwards into this darkened castle.
Oh shit!
Quickly, everybody inside.
Okay. The horde is still rapidly approaching as it sees you guys. So you guys are all scuttling inside of the castle right now?
Yep, I'll be the last one in.
Last one. Okay.
Make sure Amelia gets in.
How far away are they from us?
I'd say probably about 90 feet at this point. They're not very fast, but they're not like slowishly slow either.
Yeah, how tall you said this door is?
It is 40 feet tall and 20 feet wide.
Never mind. I'm not gonna do that.
Okay. So everyone rushes in. The bugbear kind of watching everyone's back and slowly making his way in there as well once he knows that everyone else is in there. At this point, the horde has advanced and are roughly about 50 feet away, and you can see that there's all kinds of different kind of energies and different shades kind of among them as well. You guys gonna keep heading inside? What are you guys gonna try and do from here? The horde is
Close the door. Can we close the door?
Yeah, definitely close the door.
Okay. Everyone as a group, give me a strength check, please.
19.
8.
13. 1.
Oh,
Plus your inspiration die. Plus your inspiration die.
sure, you do have that still.
I got a 9.
On the second one? Okay.
And I got a 4 with the inspiration.
Yeah, buddy.
Okay.
Better than nothing.
So 13.
So you guys are closing the door itself, and it's getting there, but there's still this small gap itself that it looks like it needs a little extra something to confirm the closure on the inside.
Bruce!
I'm signaling him on like, blood! Blood!
And once again, the seal on the inside activates, and it kind of almost like the pattern swirls a bit, and the door finishes closing the rest of it, and where the crack where it would have opened, almost sealed completely like it's a solid wall.
Great job, guys.
Just look at Zero and say, we're in.
We're in.
We're in. I guess that's where we end. this.
Let's go.